Hello, and welcome to another Reddit relationship review stream with your host, Kelvas. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Oh, nice. Perfect timing on the music. Hopefully that's not too loud. Let's double check. Could be quieter. Maybe even that much quieter. Let's see. Alright, yeah, welcome. Let's see, how does the screen look? Ah, of course, that's being a turd. Can I interact? Here we go. Boom. I think we fixed it. Does that look good? I think that looks good. Welcome to the chat room. Welcome to the stream. Let's click back over here. Nope. Tricked myself. There we go. Yeah, welcome to another one. I'm still waiting on getting a new chair. That was supposed to happen today. But it still hasn't arrived. It says it'll arrive sometime before like 8 p.m., which is like an hour before I finish the stream. So at some point I'll have to go to my door and get a chair delivered. This is my second or third stream now with these blue light blocking glasses. They're pretty nice. They're good at blocking blue light. One issue is that I wear headphones and they're pressing into my temples and giving me a tension headache instead of the eye strain headaches that I was getting before. So we shall see how long those last. But yeah, in case you haven't been here before, I try to read out loud the relationship advice posts or other types of Reddit posts that people make about relationships, and then give my best advice, my takes, all that kind of stuff, my honesty. These are not pre-scripted, so I don't actually, see any of them beforehand. That is subject to change because it has been making the content sometimes suck. Because I'll come in blind and then end up there's just a bunch of duds that suck and aren't, fun to read. So, or stuff that I'm like, maybe it's interesting to read, but at the end it's like, one, there's no advice for me to give, and two, it might be cringe, horribly cringe, and or just really off, just out, it's too out there. So that's all subject to change, but I kind of also like the authenticity that comes with honest, truly random shit that I'm reading off of the internet. So we usually start with relationship advice. We used to do Today I Fucked Up and am I overreacting? But so many of the posts on those subreddits suck, and they're just very obvious. It's like, I cut my head off, or I cut my husband's, and they're typing a post. I cut my husband's head off. Am I the asshole? And it's like, no. Or yes, sorry. No, of course not. Of course you're not. You're fine. Honey, you're perfect if you cut your husband's head off. So, yep, that's what this is all about. The music in the background is stuff I made with AI. What else is there? We also check out Tinder. We also check out best of Reddit updates if we have time at the end. I'm thinking that's pretty it. Yeah, let's just hop right in. I'm gonna try and drink more water for this because I keep like coughing a lot. All right. Ooh. All right, original post time. We have an update post. My boyfriend's ex hid a note about his cleaning and dating habits right before they broke up that I just found. How do I talk to him about cleaning habits without him feeling like I'm using his ex's words against him? Oof. I, 28, boyfriend, 30, who I will call Steve, have been together for... Oh, nice. Well done on the grammar so far. I've been together 2 years and have been living together for 8 months. I was cleaning our apartment when I found a note in the back of a cabinet. For context's sake, I'll copy it below. Dear Steve's future girlfriend, I know it's you reading this because he'd never clean back here. I'm putting this here because I'm leaving him soon and want you to warn you about him. He will not clean, he will not listen, he will make everything feel like it's your fault. It's not your fault, he's just an incompetent man. I'm leaving him. I suggest you do the same. Best wishes, Natalia. I read the note and brought it to show him and hear his response. He immediately ripped it up and said not to listen to it, that she was crazy and untrustworthy. I told him that the fact that he hasn't found it in the 5 years since they broke up is a red flag to me, because it does mean he's never cleaned back there, and he has been cleaning less and less since I moved in. He told me that it wasn't a problem before the note. This is just his ex continuing to manipulate and ruin his life, and I was letting it work. We continued to argue along those lines, and I eventually left to spend the night at a friend's place. Steve had always been a great boyfriend so far. Had been a great boyfriend so far. He gets along well with my family, has given me gifts and flowers, always tells me how much he loves me. So far, none of this is stuff that makes him a great boyfriend. He gets along with my family, which means he's not an asshole. He has given me gifts and flowers. Cool. I mean, that seems like a pretty normal, like average boyfriend thing to do. He always tells me how much he loves me. Oh, okay, so he's love bombing you. That's what I'm getting. He love bombs you, and he's average. He's not wrong that the cleaning hasn't really been brought up before. The note made me realize it has been less and less, and that we needed to have a full conversation. He texted me afterwards saying he's sorry that I felt like I had to leave, but that it's an asshole move for me to take a note over our 2-year relationship and to leave him and our pets alone. I don't know what to do. Wait, so she just left? Told me it wasn't a problem. We continued to argue and eventually left to spend the night at a friend's place. Oh, okay. I don't know what to do or what to believe right now. I'm contemplating trying to find or reach out to Natalia. Her name in real life is pretty unique, so I think I could find her. Steve thinks I should come back home and let it go. That his past should affect our future. I think shouldn't. I feel like I could be the asshole, but everything Steve's told me about Natalia does make it sound like she was manipulative and petty throughout this relationship. But I don't know what to trust. What to trust? I realized I didn't clarify enough about the points, especially the cleaning, thought I'd add. We moved in 8 months ago, I was cleaning 50-50. Since then, he's been doing less and less, and I'd say 70-30, maybe 60-40 if he listens to me right away. It depends on the week. I've reminded him to do things like bring his plates to the sink or take out the trash that I didn't have to before. The dishes will pile up unless I do them, to the point that he's had leftover food mold on the plates. Ew. That's gross. This is a level that I wouldn't reach, because I eat all the food off of the plate, and so I'm leaving a dish on the counter for 2 weeks that is, maybe it has some ketchup on it, maybe a touch, but like, come on, it's not gonna mold. So if he's leaving leftover food, that's gross, but it's not about how long he's leaving. I'm kidding. I'm not a confrontational person, so I was just asking him to fix it when it came up. The note made me reflect on it more and try to have an actual full conversation, and I will say I didn't feel listened to when I talked to him about it. I tried to use the note about starting a conversation about cleaning, and he got so stuck on that I was listening to his ex instead of him that he wouldn't listen to what I think are valid concerns. He thinks I'm letting the note have confirmation bias, so no matter what he says, I'll think he's in the wrong. Interesting. Also, I didn't leave him permanently. This all happened yesterday, and I only spent one night at a friend's because I didn't feel like our conversation was going anywhere last night, and he wouldn't let me sleep until I let it go. That's a little weird. He wouldn't let me sleep. I think we've heard this before, and that's, one, pretty manipulative, and two, like, kind of abusive, so. If somebody's not letting you sleep, that's a weird one. I'm going back Friday and wanted to get advice and feedback before I do. I appreciate all the comments with advice. I'm heading back to our place now. My plan is to first apologize for immediately bringing them a note without thinking of his feelings and validate that it's hard to have an ex's message found. That being said, you're all right, and I've been letting the cleaning stuff get away. I don't want to be in a relationship where I have to ask him repeatedly to clean. Just pointed out that he should have cleaned the shelves during his move from his ex's place. The fact that it hasn't been touched in 5 years is forcing me to take the note seriously. I don't want to throw away 2 years, so I'm going to ask him to come up with a clear cleaning expectations with me and designated chores. I will make it clear that cleaning is absolutely a deal breaker for me. It's his decision on how he wants to respond. I wonder, I guess there's like a bigger update on this other post, or is this the update? Oh, just posted my final update separately. Or is this? I don't know. I followed your advice from the last post and tried to have a calm discussion with Steve. When I apologized for confronting him with the note, he seemed to take that as an admission of guilt and refused to listen to anything else. I'd come up with a list of specific instances of not cleaning, like many of you suggested, and he said I was using lists just like his manipulative ex did. So yeah, the crazy ex thing you all said was a red flag was definitely true. When I realized the conversation wasn't going anywhere... Oh, damn it. This always happens to me. Need to put my phone on vibrate. Okay, sorry. I had to come up with a list of specific instances. So yeah, crazy ex thing was a red flag. When I realized the conversation wasn't going anywhere, he even tried to block me from leaving. Yikes. Yikes. That's when I knew it was done immediately and left immediately. Wait, sorry, I'm so bad at reading. That's when I knew it was done and left immediately. 2 years down the drain, but I'm glad I had the wake-up call before it was too late. We'll let him cool off, and then we'll ask my brother to come with me to grab my things while he's not there. He has a strict work schedule, so I think it'll work out. Planning on leaving a note there, but probably a little longer with the advice to not show it to him. I'm leaving it in the exact same place, so if he doesn't learn his lesson about cleaning, it'll come to haunt him. All he has to do is clean. The biggest surprise out of all of this is that I didn't reach out to Natalia. She reached out to me. Apparently he borrowed his friend's phone to call her screaming that she's ruining his life still. The fact that she blocked him and he still had her number memorized just further confirms he was the crazy ex, not her. Natalia found me on social media and wanted to make sure I was okay, and was especially concerned that he'd gaslit me like he tried with her. I thanked her for leaving me the note and saving me time. We scheduled coffee for Thursday. Alright, now I'm beginning to believe that we've entered creative writing territory. So not only does he then go yell at her, but then she has the wherewithal to then reach back out to you. And not only were you trying to get a hold of her in the first place, that now you guys are meeting up on social media. I don't know. Maybe the world's more connected than I think, but this seems a little far-fetched. Love is Respect website took a healthy relationship quiz after our conversation, and it wasn't great. You called out how he was weaning me into an unhealthy relationship so well. For now, my friend said I can stay until I find a new place. I have emergency savings and a decent job. It's interesting. I'm glad that people are writing books or whatever to kind of like help people figure this stuff out. But at the same time, I bet there are bad actors out there reading these exact documents and stuff. Alright, so oh yeah, I didn't mention this at the beginning. This is another rule. I need to formulate my own advice before reading the comments, because I keep doing that and it taints my advice immediately. I don't have my own thoughts then. So let's see. Whoa, allowed her to save her pets. Hold on, there's more? Now I broke up a 2-year relationship because when I tried to come up with solutions to an unequal situation, his response was to yell and try to convince me there's no problem except me. The final straw was when he physically blocked me from leaving the house after he was screaming at me. That is not okay, and no one should stay with a man who responds to conflict like that. The actual update. I wound up texting the post to Natalia last night, and she thought it was great. She, like some of you, asked me about the pets. For context, one of the things Steve and I connected on was our love for little creatures. That's why I thought he was such a great guy, because he would take such intricate care of his lizard. He could do the same with me. I was very wrong. He has one lizard he bought before me, and we bought 2 frogs together. I have a snake I brought with me when I moved in. I was planning on waiting until he cooled down to grab my things and the frogs and snake, thinking he would never hurt them, but Natalia changed my mind. She said he could get destructive when he's mad and was concerned about the safety of my little guys. I immediately knew I couldn't wait until later this week, reached out for a meeting with the landlord for early this morning. I wound up FaceTiming with Natalia last night and we had a long discussion. Natalia's a lawyer. Come on. Okay. It's continuing to get more far-fetched to me, but hey, let's go. Natalia is a lawyer. His ex is actually a lawyer, and she's also really good at laws regarding she's all about tenant law. Natalia's a lawyer and told me that in our state Landlords are required to let me out of the lease I signed in cases of domestic violence. She also told me that his yelling, gaslighting, and refusing to let me leave are all types of abuse. It's definitely hard for me to sit with that, but the love is respect relationship helped me realize more of that last night. Apparently his constant messaging and control over what I wore and when were signs of abuse too. Anyway, this morning Natalia volunteered to come talk to the landlord with me alongside my brother. As soon as he heard the word lawyer, he was on top of it and said I could break the lease, but would still have to pay for all of August, even though I'm leaving 3 days early. Felt like it was unfair. Wait. Oh, like all of the next month, even though so he like wants last month's rent in case this guy fucking trashes the apartment, probably. He also mentions Steve to say the apartment needed to be empty for emergency maintenance all day today. I'm pretty sure now your landlord is entering into very sticky gray legal territory to lie to your ex in order to allow you to get back into your apartment alone. Yeah. And to share with you the messages that your landlord sent to your partner. I don't know, this is a little... the apartment was a mess. He had broken my dishes that I had brought with me. Ooh, my clothes were ripped up. It was disgusting and heartbreaking. He left his lizard alone, but opened the tank doors for our frogs and my snake. Luckily, the frogs were still chilling in their enclosure, but my snake had gotten loose. This made me most mad, as he could have gotten cut on the broken plates. She was just hiding in the closet corner and was able to pack her up safely in her enclosure. Talia told me that she actually left 3 notes, one in his cabinet, one on the underside of the vacuum. No way. I checked to see if the notes were there. The one on the vacuum was, but it looks like Steve did clean out the crumb catcher at least once in the past 5 years. He never told me he'd already found a note. Natalia and I left the vacuum note as is and replaced the cabinet one. I wasn't comfortable leaving my name on a new note, so my addition was a handout on healthy versus unhealthy relationships and a QR code to the quiz. Oh my god, this is so creative writing now. We've completely broken through into creative writing territory. I can't believe this at all. Natalia said if he didn't find those notes in 5 years, especially after the move, he probably won't find them again. I'm glad to agree, especially given he did find one, but then didn't even clean the rest of the house to see if there were more. Steve doesn't make sense to me. Dude, your story doesn't make sense to me. And seeing the state of the apartment really woke me up to the fact that I have no idea who he is. The Steve I knew would never put animals in danger, but I don't think I ever really knew Steve. The people saying it's pathetic that I broke up my relationship, blah, blah, blah. I also made an appointment for a therapist. My job has great insurance. What are you, an architect? Jesus. The people wishing that Natalia and I would get together, we had a good laugh about it. Natalia is engaged to a wonderful man who cleans, listens, and reflects. She said there's a phenomenon that when people break up with their awful ex, their soulmate can quickly follow. I'm hoping that's true. Regardless, I do think I got a good friend out of this, especially since Natalia is a snake bomb too. And my final update. After ending things due to his behavior, Steve destroyed our apartment and let my snake loose. Nope, don't read the... Okay. What are my thoughts? Yikes. If true, yikes. If true... My first advice, if this is true. If this is all true, don't be with a Steve. The gaslighting is obviously not good. Don't be gaslit. No, what was the first clue that he was a bad guy? Probably raising his voice at her, and then, I think there was stuff about, like, him being kind of slightly verbally abusive. And then I think the big straw that broke it for me was him blocking her from leaving. If somebody forces, like, something I wish I would have learned early on. If somebody can't allow you to separate you from them during like an argument or something like that, that's abusive behavior. If you're like, I need to go, I need to remove myself from this situation, and they say no, or otherwise try to force you from force you to not remove yourself from the situation, that is very abusive. That's physically, that starts as being like emotionally abusive, and then like if they follow through with that by like forcing you physically, then it's physically abusive. That is grounds for instant block on everything, leave, run, like consider getting friends and family involved immediately, consider perhaps even pressing charges if it gets like if you get bruised when you're attempting to remove yourself from the situation. That's not good. You deserve better than that as a person. So the moment that started happening, everything else, I was just like, you don't owe him anything. That's if this is true. I don't think this is true. The whole Natalia thing just gets too much for me. It's a little long, but it's written well enough, which is why I know this didn't happen. I'm trying to find anybody mentioning anybody calling this out. Thank you. The ex-girlfriend just happens to be a lawyer and helps OP. Yeah, I don't know if Natalia would have given the legal advice out like that. The fucking bro, it reads like an advertisement for the quiz that she mentions 3 times. Yeah, why are we lying in order to share them? And then everyone clapped. Yeah, thank you. I was willing to believe the last one kind of right up until around the end of it. The Natalia being a lawyer killed me though. I was like, you're fucking kidding. You're actually joking. And then, yeah, like the only way that this could have gotten less believable is if they would have actually gotten. And then Natalia and I realized that we were in love. That I realized she was a snake girl, and we got, now we're happily married or something like that. It's just like, Jesus. Fiction. I wonder if that's like against the rules, calling things out. I don't know. Well, this is all about fake. So all in one day you solved all your own problems. I call bullshit. Pig shit, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, yeah, actually. I didn't hear a lot about documenting, like, the damage that he did. Or, like, there was never mention about going to the police one time. Very interesting. Interesting post with 14 upvotes. I don't know. Let's see. Anything about... Okay. I don't know. So, fake post. So our first one, fake post. Nice. This is what happens when I don't vet these. I surprised my boyfriend only to find his ex at his house. There's nothing to handle. He's fucking not a good guy. Update, 6 months postpartum, my fiance tells me he loves me less. Oof. Nope. I can't hear my wife probably 80% of the time. Should I just pretend? Well, get a fucking hearing aid. What is this? I definitely have hearing loss. I can hear people other than my significant other 99% of the time. I just listen to the TV a couple clicks louder than most people in our house. My biggest issue is with my wife. When she talks to me, she more or less talks at me, meaning she doesn't get my attention for eye contact, talks sideways so I can't see her mouth, doesn't direct her voice in my direction, and just speaks into a void rather than with me. I've tried telling her many, many times I can't hear her. She has to speak in my direction, make eye contact, etc., or I can't understand her. This has been going on for years. Now she just gets upset with me. She talks to other people normally, meaning I can hear her talk to others plainly fine. When she talks to me, I have to repeatedly tell her I can't understand anything she's saying. I got tired of being made fun of and blamed completely for the issue, so now when she speaks to me in this manner and I can't hear her, I just pretend to agree with her. Or if she laughs, I'll pretend to laugh. This means our conversations have become really short. I just can't express how tired I am of having to tell one person who I spend most of the time with, more time with anyone, that I can't hear them, only for them to say something like, "God, you're such an old man," and do nothing to help and ignore any etiquette for polite conversation. The other day she got upset with me because I was sitting on her petrol lawnmower while she was 30 feet away with our 4-year-old talking to me. Then got upset with me when I shut the lawnmower off, walked over to her, asked her what she wanted. When she replied that she was telling me something our daughter did, and I asked her how would she expect me to be able to hear a single thing, she was saying, obviously annoyed, she became annoyed back. Ugh. I'm a loss for what else to do other than get a hearing aid and wear it anytime around her, and just continue to pretend as though I can read her mind like she expects me to be able to. I don't know, man. This also could be creative writing. Everything's fake. No, I'm kidding. No, don't read the... No. Show her this post. Fucking show her this post. If she's really gonna get so fucking bent out of shape, like, that's kind of fucked up, dude. Hey, it's like... I'm going to, like, this was me in a relationship, or just with some people. Like, I don't know why they think that they can, there's people who just don't think about how they are being heard. The whole, she does it with other people, I'm not sure, like, you can hear her talking when she's talking to other people. Maybe it's because she's talking in your direction when she's talking to other people. Because she apparently has a problem with, like, making eye contact and talking to someone. But I have people all the time, like, I'll be sitting in my office, and I'll have the printer going. And my office is kind of small, so when the printer's on, that's all I can hear in my office. And there's people who will be not in the hallway talking to me. Not, like, in my doorway kind of talk, or, like, even talking toward my doorway. There will be people in their own office across the hall from me, trying to talk at a normal, like, their normal speaking volume to me, and I'll be like, I can't hear you. I've honestly just given up. I don't pretend to hear people. I get belligerent about not being able to hear them. I'll just not respond at all. They'll be like, "Ann," or whatever, and I just won't respond. Sometimes I'll like send them a message and just be like, "Are you okay? Like, I heard something weird happen in your office. Are you all right?" And they're like, "I'm yelling at you." And I'm like, "Oh, wow, that's weird." No, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So, this is ridiculous. Your wife needs to get over it. She needs to make at least an attempt. Tell her the other stuff. Be like, "Hey, I work as a heavy equipment diesel mechanic and I played guitar and I abused my hearing. I have hearing loss. I need you to work with me on that. Or else you can't get upset." It'd be like if I was like, "Hey, honey, my ankle's fucked up, so I can't run really fast." And she's like, "Okay." And then she, like, stays with you for a while. She's like, I love you. You're like, "I love you too." And then, like, she's like, "Why aren't you running really fast?" And you're like, "My ankle's fucked up." And then she's like, "Ugh." And you're like, "You're making me feel like shit." And you knew that this was a thing. Why? Yeah. So those are my thoughts. Now, what does Reddit think? If you need to be looking at her in order to hear her, that means you're relying at least partially on lip reading. You are maybe more deaf than you want to admit, my dude. Which is hard thing coming to terms with, but it's also one disability that science understands very well, so there are options for treating it. You're lucky in that regard. You don't have to live this way. And even if your wife is the only person you can't hear, shouldn't she be the one people you care? Wait, shouldn't she be one of the people you care about hearing the most? Isn't it worth fixing things for that reason alone? She's not only the one you have a hard time hearing, she's the one who tells you about it. A lot of people that are hard of hearing are in denial because, well, they literally don't know what they're missing. That would be interesting. He's like, this bothers nobody else, and it's because nobody else hears you. Or sorry, you don't hear anybody else, and they don't try harder. Damn. Interesting. Hearing loss puts you at significantly higher risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. not using the part of your brain that interprets sound. I don't know. Wait. I don't know how much I agree. I would need to see the because I want to know if this is a correlation causation issue. Does having hearing loss put you significantly at higher risk for Alzheimer's, or is it that people who have Alzheimer's, the group of people with hearing loss also has a significantly higher risk of Alzheimer's, which is because they are old. They're very old people typically have hearing loss. Older people. And the older you get, the more at risk for Alzheimer's you are. So I'm wondering if it's hearing loss that is causing that, or if it's being old, which is also correlated. Not correlated. Yes, correlated with hearing loss. Being old, hearing loss, and risk for Alzheimer's all are probably on a graph together, and they look compelling. Here, maybe I'll... Let's go, baby. We're doing this. We're doing it live. We're doing, I want... Does game capture work for this? Let's see. Specific window. Yeah, baby. No. I don't think it counts as a game. So we're gonna need to do window capture. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There doesn't seem to be anything on there that I shouldn't be able to put up. Okay. That's fine. Beautiful. Transition. So what I'm saying is, here's our graph. Old is like that direction, and this is hearing loss, and this is Alzheimer's. Probability of having Alzheimer's. So I'm saying it's probably honestly like very, very, very low for a long time, and then it like, or even like, it might go like that, and then go like that. Oh, let's go. Risk of hearing loss and Alzheimer's, old. But what they're trying to say that hearing loss equals higher risk of Alzheimer's. And I'm saying hearing loss is equal to being old, and being old is equal to, well, not equal to, increases your, I don't know. Hearing loss increases your percentage of, no. Being old equals hearing loss. There we go. That's what it is. And also, let me put it, no. Plus, oh my gosh, this is plus. What's happening? No. Everything's gone terrible. Whatever. You know now. You know what I was saying. They're saying something, and I'm not saying that, because I think they're wrong. That is all. Let's put that window at the bottom. Transition ourselves back. And now we have, oops. Now we have paint ready to go. Definitely see a doctor. Yeah, okay. So, you know what, everybody? This is why we do read the comments. This was a blind spot for me. I didn't even think that the only reason he knows that he can't hear his wife is because his wife is saying, "Hey, you can't hear me." Oh. It's hard to watch TV with your dad because it's so loud. Interesting. Do not pretend. Oof. It's mostly a non-issue. Yeah. Ooh, my mom was like this growing up, so angry at everyone for not catering to her. And we all just stopped trying to talk to her pretty much. Finally went to the doctor about it when all the kids moved out because her work made her because she messed up a deal. She is 100% deaf in one ear, 60% deaf in the other. How she got along as long as she did is honestly amazing. Yeah, you know, honestly, dude, you're a heavy equipment diesel mechanic. You played guitar in your 20s and you abused your hearing as a teen. So you're saying you haven't, and you probably still aren't wearing hearing protection. Because you never mentioned that. Yeah. God, dude, that's crazy. Yeah. So why not go to a doctor? Damn, dude. Yep. Get yourself tested, Dingleberry. Yeah, everyone's fucking on him. Sorry I shouted. Girl, you held down shift. You're fine. Everyone's... Wait, that's not what I wanted to click. You're fine. Ooh, this is actually a rough one. As a wife in this position, please do something. But seriously, my husband won't. Our TV is loud. I can be standing right beside him and have to yell to talk to him. Wait, our TV is loud. Oh, we just turned 40. It's frustrating. I had an accident a few years ago. Fell down the front of our house, dislocated my knee. I couldn't move and he couldn't hear my yelling. My 10-year-old heard me way down the back of our house. Plus, as others have said, there's other health problems linked to it. Man up, brother. True. True. That's true. Husband thinks it's weird that my friend will bring a sex toy when she and I travel together. How can I explain to him that it's not weird? I would think that it's kind of weird if my buddy and I were staying in a hotel together and he brought like a fleshlight. TBH. If he was like, yeah, dude, I've got a fleshlight. I brought it along and you know about it. I just like, that's... Bro, come on, man. Can't like chill? Or like, I just don't want to know about it. I don't know. But then again, I guess guys are slightly more repressed, generally. I don't know. Ooh, I do not give my consent to share this post on any social media or any public platform. I don't think that's illegal. That's fine. I mean, you probably shouldn't have then shared it on a public platform on social media like Reddit. That seems like pretty... God, this is... Yeah, that's... I don't know about that. Okay, I'm sorry. I skipped. We actually broke the rule already. I do not give my consent to post this on any media. Why are we updating 2 nights later? Why can't we just... Okay. So the characters. Husband and I have been together 13 years, married last year. Best friend and I have been friends 12 years. 8 years ago, she moved to another state. Both of us are... Wait, just making sure. This is our first disagreement this year. Together 14 years and they've never had a disagreement. Best friend and I have been friends 12 years. 8 years ago, she moved to another state for school. We visit each other every year and plan an annual trip. She's made a maid of honor. Ooh, okay. We talk at least once every week for an hour or two. She's maid of honor, and she's been there for each other through thick and thin. She is bi and had one girlfriend in college. All her partners after were straight men. All of us went to college together. They've known each other from the beginning. We've hung out together. She's visited our place multiple times. They text each other, happy birthday. So she and I are going on a week-long business trip on Saturday. This has been planned for months. Last night we were talking on the phone, talking about what to pack. She said, should I bring my sex toy? Are you going to bring yours? I reply, no, because I don't have any I use anymore. She joked, married life. We moved on to other topics. Now my husband overhears and gets upset, holding it in until we get to bed. Are you going to tell me you guys bring sex toys on a get-together? I'm talking to him, concerned so that we're using it together, and that it's weird to bring a toy on a trip. People only use them at home. I replied, it's weird for me to even think about using it with my friend, and our friendship is not like that. And two, I don't understand what's weird in this situation. We have separate rooms in our Airbnb as usual, and that's her business. She can do whatever she needs or wants, and it doesn't involve me. Okay, then why did she... But then why did she ask you, are you going to tell... No, are you going to bring... Should I bring my sex toy? Are you going to bring yours? What the fuck kind of question is that? And why is the second question connected to the first? And then you're just like, that's weird. I'm not talking about that. And it's like, I'm sorry. Why are you... Should I bring my sex toy? What's the, like... Again, I thought it wasn't your business. Why is she asking you? I don't understand. She can do whatever she needs or wants. It doesn't involve me. So then why is she asking you, her friend, if she should bring her sex toy, and then asking you, her friend, if you're bringing your sex toy? Hey, dude. I know we're hanging out this weekend. Should I bring my fleshlight? Are you gonna have yours? Like, why would I ever ask that? He turned away, saying it's weird, and hasn't talked to me since. To me, he seems jealous, and he has a misconception about masturbation, but I don't know if this is how people feel. Bro, it's because no guy can, like... That's not something we talk to with our friends. We don't talk to our friends about that, generally. I'm saying generally, and, like, trying to hedge because that's me. 2 nights later... Help me understand his point of view and that it was okay for him to have this boundary. Not okay that he couldn't discuss it or communicate openly. I had some laughs reading through the comments and felt validated by all the people who have an equally open friend group. We talked it through last night. We've been normal on the surface. Basically, he thought that I had the potential to cheat on him with anyone since my boyfriend and I talked about sex toys so comfortably. I tried at length to explain the whole girl talk, but he doesn't get it. He says it doesn't have to do with her being bi. We also aligned on the fact that he feels uncomfortable when I discuss sexual activity with anyone else, especially if about him. I reassured him I've never shared details. He agreed that he needs to work on healthy communication and stop with the glum and silence. True. Probably not a great way to, like, handle communication. He apologized for acting this way, and I know he's remorseful. Many of us you asked if he gets like this. Usually not. Many have also asked if he gets like this. Usually not. 2 things that are unresolved. He jumped from, she talked about sex toys to, she would cheat on me, and then he started a conversation I described in the original post, but then gave me the silent treatment. His conservativeness and sensitivity around talking about sex gives me the ick. I never knew about this before, and no, the sex is not vanilla. We've talked about sex with ourselves. I guess he just doesn't want to talk about the others. Those to each their own, and some of you disagree with me. I need to process this one more. I'm sorry. I just feel like you gave 2 completely conflicting statements back here, and that's something that is unresolved for me. Should I bring my sex toy? Why would you ask that of your friend who you are going on a vacation with? Should I bring my sex toy? Are you going to bring yours? Why would I need to know if you're bringing yours? Again, I don't know about that. It's a bit weird for us because it's not a conversation with other friends. For example, are you bringing your fleshlight to our guys trip? Nah, man, I'm leaving mine at home. How are you going to masturbate? With just your hand? Like if you're 15 years old again? Good point. Can we just share yours? Bro, like... Yeah. Never. Absolutely never. Hey, man. Are you bringing your pocket pussy? Like, no. Nobody's asking that. And like, why is and that's the thing. It's like a woman is asking you about your pussy. Like, okay, now we're having that conversation. Like, hey, dude, do you still jack off now that you're with your wife? Like, who the fuck asks that? Again, maybe there are people who are just more like open about it, but that's just really weird to me. I wouldn't shut them completely down and be super grossed out by it or anything, but I would definitely be like, whoa, like that's out of left field. What's gotten into you, you know? Like, oversharing? Yeah. Why is your friend fucking asking, dude? The idea of talking about your vibrator plans is weird as fuck. Not weird to bring up in your own private room. Yeah, bring it in your own private room, but I can't imagine having this conversation personally. Can't weigh in because it seems like it's normal for a lot of people based on responses here, but this would definitely be weird as fuck. Yeah, the way your friend worded it made you sound like the two of you were planning on engaging together, and I wanted to know if you thought sex toys would be a welcome addition for what you had planned. That's kind of where I was reading with that. Should I bring my sex toy? Are you going to bring yours? What the fuck? I don't know, man. Get me out of here. I'm done. Husband doesn't consider anyone but himself in situations, and it's starting to make me hate him. Is there any recourse? 28. See how long? I didn't actually read that. I was looking at the chat while I scrolled that far down. I've started not being able to stand my husband, male 28, for the past few months. I feel like he doesn't think about anything but himself in situations and gets upset when you bring it up, and it's really starting to bother me. We've been together 8 years, married 6, no children. For example, our hose recently burst a leak in our basement, lightly flooded. It was not the entire basement, but it was mainly concentrated to the area where the hose was outside. When we got home and saw this, I started grabbing towels and soaking up what I could, and then grabbing a mop and wringing out in the bucket to get what I could. Instead of helping me, he just stood there and watched me as if he was supervising. After some time, I asked him if he was going to stand there, and he yelled, "Well, what the fuck do you expect me to do?" And continued to be hostile toward me. I ended up going to rent a shop vacuum and a giant fan, and he just sat on the couch Googling things while I was gone. My mom stopped by to help me and bring a sump pump in case I needed it, and he was so angry and rude when she showed up, and she just ended up leaving. Oh, wow. He told me he was going to call my mom and apologize, and he never did. Yikes. Fast forward to now, we're on vacation, which has been planned for some time, and I thought would alleviate some of our stress in our lives. I don't know what I was thinking, because it's genuinely done the opposite. We're in another country, and the moment we touched down, he kept saying how he is going to fuck me, and asking multiple times if we can have sex. I told him I've just traveled for many hours, and have been awake for like 24, I'm jet lagged, but if he can stop asking and just let us enjoy ourselves, I'll feel up to it. He probably asked me 5 more times, and I told him to stop begging like a teenage boy. Doesn't make me want to at all. Oof, we got out on the town. He's racing ahead of me at every turn, and it genuinely looks like we're not even together. While couples around us are holding hands and taking in the sights, I told him that it makes me feel embarrassed that he keeps racing ahead of me, and he keeps saying, "Sorry, I just want to get there," or "Sorry, I'm hungry," or "Sorry, you're just walking too slow," and kind of being annoyed that I would be upset by that. We go for a hike, and it opened up to genuinely the most beautiful scenery I've ever seen in my life, and he looks at me and goes, "This would be a great place for a blowjob." I was sexually assaulted as a child, so being constantly battered with sexual assaults makes me feel like I have no control over my own body and sexuality, and brings me back to that place. Told him this, and I've told him countless times, and he told me he was just joking and is sorry, and it won't happen again. We go back and forth a bit more. Considering I came with the rest of the trip, he did leave me alone sexually for a while, but the last 2 days he kept going back at it like, ugh. Or every time I would walk by, he'd say addicted to my body while grabbing his, yeah, "Oh baby, I want you bad," and all this stuff. It's nice somebody feels that way about me, but it's so overwhelming that it's just non-stop. Generally, makes me want to smash a glass vase over my head that hopefully gouges my eyes and ears out so I don't have to see or hear it anymore. Oh, God. Oof. That's how it makes me want to feel like a piece of meat. He instead gets upset at me and says, "Oh, stop. Obviously, I don't feel like you're a piece of meat." Nice. Thank you. Thank you for telling me you don't feel like that, but continuing to make me feel like that. Now we're at the airport, and we go to get food before the flight, and he orders his food with the lady and asks if there's anything else, and I start speaking. He speaks over me and goes, "Nothing else." Oh my God. He pays and then looks at me and goes, "Oh shit, I forgot you had to get food too." And I was like, "Yeah, what? That was kind of rude." And he genuinely gets upset and goes, "Oh, calm down. You can still just order and pay." And it's not about that. It's about the literal lack of thinking about me and my feelings in the situation. Like, he's genuinely incapable of seeing past himself. Ugh. Has anyone else? Okay, I'm sorry. While we were sitting, I tried showing him something I like that I saw on my phone, and he just glances at it and goes back to what he was doing and dismisses me. Then when he sees I'm upset, he starts to apologize and say he doesn't mean it, and he's sorry about ordering and paying for food, and that he doesn't even realize that it won't happen again. Like, I've heard this before. Anyone else dealt with this? Show him this post. Show him this post. Show him this post. I mean, it sounds disgusting and gross. You have a kid together already? No children. Run. How in the last 14 years did you just start realizing this? 14 years. Imagine meeting, I guess. Oh, he does seem 14 though, still. Possible that he's... Yeah, you met him when he was 14 and he never changed. Damn. Still with him, enjoying a lot of fun and sweet moments we've had together, but the years of constant sexualization and lack of consideration for me are starting to take a toll on me. I'm curious if anyone else has been in a relationship like this, so there's no recourse for you besides divorce. We just bought a house together, and I'm in school / working full time, and so thinking about separating makes me want to puke with the stress, but honestly, so does the stress of being in situations like this. Writing all out, the answer seems obvious, but I still would like to hear if anyone else knows. When the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change. Yeah. People do tend to follow the path of least resistance a lot of the time. And so they end up... Yeah. You will continue to sit around in a shit situation until it becomes unworkable. And that's usually when it'll get people to be forced to change, because, yeah, the opposite is worse. Yeah. Why are you married to someone who hates you? Yeah. I would literally treat a stranger. Oof. Y'all coming for this man a little hard. This would be a great place for a blowjob. That's... Yikes. I'm thinking about my pee-pee constantly. Come on. We'll end it and then do what? Please do not have kids with him. That's kind of where I'm at with this too. That's why I immediately was like, do you already have kids with this guy? Okay, then run. Just run. You clearly hate this. You hate being in this. You're only here because it's like normal. You know, this is 14 years of your life and you're now married, so... Oof, yeah. Some people are only nice as long as they can control you. Contempt is the biggest predictor for divorce. Interesting. My fiance keeps going out late before morning flights. This time, it led to him skipping our flight. Oof. Anytime How to navigate this. My fiance and a particular friend of his get together. They stay out drinking until 2, 3, sometimes 4. And while I think 3 to 4 is a little late, it doesn't bother me that much. However, due to their busy work schedules, they commonly get together the night before a holiday weekend, which means he and I have a flight the following morning. The situation I'm about to describe has happened maybe 5 times now. Last night I called him at 1:30 a.m. asking why he wasn't home yet, since we had to wake up at 6 a.m. for our flight. He says he wasn't coming home yet, but would soonish. Anytime he says that, it could be 1 hour or it could be 3. Every time he tells me of these plans, I beg him to move it to a night where we don't have a flight the next morning, or to come home at a decent time, like 12 or 1, if it has to be the night before a flight. He refused this, again, despite me explaining, as I have before, that it severely impacts my sleep, not to mention makes both of us miserable the next day with his hangover. I somehow managed to fall asleep right after the phone conversation that turned into an argument, but told him I don't think I can marry someone so immature because he doesn't communicate and makes me feel like he doesn't respect me at all. He ended up coming home at 2:30 a.m. and somehow couldn't get into our house, but he only called me twice. It didn't wake me up and didn't text, knock on the door, etc. He often leaves his keys at home, so I wonder if he did that or was just too drunk and gave up and sat outside the door from 2:30 to 6. When I woke up, I freaked out because there's nowhere to be seen. Until I call him and he tells me he's outside. He stumbles in, tells me he's not coming on our weekend trip because I said I don't think I can marry him, then went to the couch and fell asleep. I need him to step up and be responsible and respectful. His communication is really bad, and he stonewalls me during every argument. I'm happy to let him have his boys' nights other than his communication. He keeps repeating himself. He sees this friend about once every month or 2. He doesn't have this behavior with other friends. Well, it sounds like, I mean, you've told him how it makes you feel. He's told you he's not changing. He's refused this. You tell him you don't think you can marry him. What does that mean for you? If you're not getting married to him, then you're not progressing in your relationship anymore. So are you okay just being fiancés forever? Because if that's the case, then, you know, keep doing your thing. But back. Okay. Man, I really hope that. Let's see. Anything about this chair? I'm on Amazon. Man. Wow, it's already 7. Hell yeah. Somehow I managed to fall asleep, blah, blah, blah. I need him to step it up. We're supposed to get married in a couple of weeks, and I don't know what to do. Well, you already told him you can't marry him, so you should probably stop that. What I say to do to him for these behaviors are not okay. You already told him. That was about as much as you can do. This is the answer. You already have the answer. I don't think I can marry someone so immature because he doesn't communicate and makes me feel like he doesn't respect me at all. Then don't be with somebody like that. You deserve to feel better than that. Everyone deserves to feel better than feeling like they're being ignored and not cared about. Oh. It is very possible. No, I don't think that's... Sorry, I thought my chair was arriving, but not yet. Oh well. This was an easy one. What the fuck were we supposed to say to make him listen to the woman he proposed to? Can say it's irresponsible and hurts me when you do that and make him listen. You're trying to save a hot mess. You're gonna get divorced after you have this guy's kid and he acts like this right before you give birth and he misses it. I need him to step it up and be more responsible and respectful. Ooh. Men marry a woman expecting her to stay the same. Women marry a man expecting him to change. He's showing you who he is? Yep. Bummer. Hard water dries out hair and skin. What? Oh, really? Culligan soft water on tap. How do you even... Huh. My girlfriend spent the last 3 years telling me that men and women can't be friends. She now has a guy friend. How do I show her that she's being hypocritical? To the original. With my girlfriend 3 years, our general dynamic is that she's very opinionated and has very black and white perspective on thinking, especially when it comes to generalization. I hate that, frankly. I don't like being... I hate that. I hate it when people have a black and white perspective on thinking. People are either have that way of thinking or they don't. No, I'm kidding. I dislike that. Because, yeah, people just get into this very binary, like... There's what I like, and then there's being wrong, basically. And, like, either you're right or you're wrong, and if I don't like it, then it's wrong. And it's like, no, there's a lot of non-binary thinking. Things can be not your bag and also not the worst, you know? I don't know. My entire life, I've been able to connect with women... better with women as opposed to men. Most of my closest friends have been women. I've been introduced to many romantic partners or met some of my exes by associating with these friends, but I've never dated, pursued, or even thought about pursuing any of my actual friends. I met my girlfriend. Oh, nope. I was working at a restaurant, was close friends with a few of the servers. We'd go out for drinks and keep contact outside of work. My girlfriend, being very insecure, absolutely hated this. We would constantly fight about the fact that I had female friends. There was one friend in particular she absolutely could not stand. I'll call her Jess. That's funny. I cannot even begin to tell you how many god-awful, horrible fights there were over Jess, and I was constantly accused by my girlfriend of being in love with Jess, only being with my girlfriend to bide my time until Jess was single. At one point, I was even accused of being the father of Jess's aborted son. I'm not exaggerating when I say that I was constantly harassed and interrogated every single day by my girlfriend about Jess and I's secret relationship. Jess did turn out to be a bad friend, and we stopped talking 2 years ago when it was any other friend that my girlfriend didn't... Wait. Then it was any other friend that my girlfriend didn't like. I still have to listen to my girlfriend rant about Jess and I's secret relationship, by the way. This entire time, I am sent God only knows how many TikToks about how men and women cannot be friends. Oh yeah, because if it's on TikTok, that's how you know... They only put true things on TikTok. Did you know? Did you guys actually know this? You're not allowed to put lies on the internet. You're not allowed to lie, and you're not allowed to be wrong either, actually. They outlawed all of that about 4 years ago. Right around COVID. Yeah, you're not allowed to be wrong, and you're not allowed to lie. So, only true things are being sent to you on TikTok. So, yeah, I guess it's true that, men and women can't be friends. I am constantly told about how men and women she knows in real life cheating and being cheated on with their friends. I'm constantly told that if she ever has a guy friend, I should be worried because she's only friends with guys she feels some kind of way about. After a solid year of being constantly harassed by my girlfriend about every non-lesbian in my life, we came to a compromise. I will not add any women on Snapchat. I will never hang out alone with another girl. After negotiating from if a girl is there, I shouldn't go. Jesus. Even though she initially agreed that it's okay for me to add friends and colleagues on Facebook and Instagram, as long as I actually know them, she still stalks my friend lists and interrogates me about any new woman. Bro, why are you putting up with all of this? Why? I would have been done probably before any of this. I was constantly harassed and interrogated every single day by my girlfriend. Why'd you put up with that, dude? I still have to listen to my girlfriend rant about Jess and I's secret relationship, by the way. Why are you putting up with that, dude? I'm sent hella TikToks. Why? Why are you putting up with that, dude? I'm constantly told about men and women she knows in real life cheating and being cheated on with friends. I'm constantly told that if she ever had a... Like, why are you putting up with that, dude? Why are you putting up with her stalking your friends list and interrogating you? I started working in a more male-dominated field, and while I still have to listen to her speculate and accuse me of being in love with whichever random women I work a shift with, it's usually just a sly comment and only occasionally a full-blown argument. Why are you putting up with that, dude? About a year ago, my confess this is something sus. The day my grandmother dies, she tells me she's been talking to her ex-situationship? Why are you putting up with that, dude? This guy was a real piece of shit when he had reached out to her previously. I gave her my blessing to talk to him and get closure. They don't meet up, and she saves all the messages between them because she deletes everyone's messages off her phone. He asked her to meet up with him and suck his dick. Wow. Why are you putting up with this, dude? She doesn't like to block people, and she finally relented. So why are you putting up with that? So I was obviously upset because why was he unblocked? Her excuse was she unblocked everybody, and he messaged her. That's weird, but okay. What the fuck? Why are you putting up with that, dude? She deleted them. Now I'm pissed. And emotionally from the fact that my grandmother just died, we get into a fight. I demand she blocks him again. She says she did. The next day we get back to my place. I've already moved past it. Until I playfully reached out to grab her phone. She rips it out of my head. She gives me 3 bullshit reasons as to why she did that. Then finally tells me because he didn't block her yet. Why are you putting up with any of this, bro? Why? Bro, this is like the biggest pussy in the entire fucking universe, dude. I'm actually sick of this man. Fuck him. But everything from here, I ultimately compromise again and get over it. I don't care what happens to him anymore. I literally don't care. You're asking for it now. Fast forward to a few months ago, my girlfriend has settled down quite a bit in regards to the whole shooting thing. Months go by. Big ol' whap-pow, whip. Whap-pow, he's whipped. My girlfriend starts a new job at a hotel. She immediately connects with her manager, a guy I'll call Jeff. Jeff has a girlfriend, but apparently spends his entire shift pining after my girlfriend and shit-talking his girlfriend. He stays late on her shifts to help her. Their friendship progresses from the point of her calling him off the clock and coming to work to solve issues at their job to him getting a job at the sister hotel and just going to my girlfriend's job to hang out with her. Bro. So gross. Why are you putting up with this, dude? This is disgusting, dude. Ugh. He's openly admitted he has a crush on her. She doesn't see a problem with this. Bro. Girlfriend has a history of cheating. She cheated on her last partner but claims it wasn't a real relationship, doesn't count, despite the fact they were both in an exclusive relationship. She also does not want me interacting with this guy at all. I made an effort to introduce her to Jess and any of my other friends. I told her that at any point in time she could talk to Jess about our friendship. I'm still not allowed to have any women in my life. What the fuck, dude? Oh my god. Nah, dude, you should stick with this woman. You deserve this. You deserve this. I hope she actually cheats on you, and then maybe you'll have some fucking trust issues going into your next relationship that'll keep you from getting into this situation again. Oh my god. This is disgusting. Ew. I hate it. I hate so much of this. Ugh. I don't know why it's fucking... Bro. Reading this, I was thinking, this has projection from a cheater vibes, not some principle stand about opposite sex friendships while in a relationship written all over it. Then I got to the part where you said she has a history of cheating on her boyfriend. She has no remorse, nor is she apologetic about it. Bro. Texting her ex behind your back and deleting the texts, and he wanted her to suck his dick. Oh my god, dude. This is dumb. This man's stupid. I'm not even gonna give him any more of my advice. Oh, here we go. Here's the big update. I love her. Dude, get fucked. Like, you can love other people. She doesn't love you. You also probably don't actually love her. You love the idea of her. I found this more and more to be true. I don't think people actually love... I don't think you really love another person intrinsically. I think you love the idea of them, and that idea of them can become shattered over time. Something can happen that will shatter the idea of the person, and you will realize that the idea of them is a fucking hypothetical. It's something that you create. It's a fantasy. It's a fantasy. It's fantasy. And so you can when you realize that idea of the person is not the person, you suddenly realize you love the idea of the person, you don't love the person. And that's, yeah, it makes it a lot easier to get over awful relationships. But yeah, let's keep reading. I never really believed that was the real her, because when I met her, she had started the depot shot. Wait, she had started the depot shot, and that made her bonkers. As the effects of the shot wore off, she started to mellow out. Even though it was still bad, the very, very slow process gave me hope, and that's what I held on to. Here's a look at my original post and think only of the bad things. I did end up breaking up with her. With that being said, this is probably going to be a longer post, so if that's the update you want, then you can stop reading. After I made the post, eventually I ended up reading the original post in full, and all of your replies. This was, of course, an issue for her. Wait, I read every comment as they came in. Eventually I ended up reading her, my original post. First it was, why would you do that? Why would you post our personal business online? Then it turned into, who cares what they think? They're just random people. We argue about it every day for a week. I'll be honest, none of the advice really mattered. I didn't follow it. I love her after all. I love her. How old are you guys again? 20... You're 28 and she's 37? Bro, she's supposed to be more mature than you. Bro. Why are you wasting your time with a nearly 40-year-old woman when you're 28? Oh. And she's crazy. She's literally insane. She has to be... No. I need to see pics. I need the pictures of these people. I need to see them. I need to know. I'll be honest, none of them mattered. I didn't follow it. I love her after all. I'm vomiting. I'm literally gagging. I love her after all, and I believed we could work it out. We talked a lot too. I genuinely believe she had no feelings for Jeff whatsoever. I also believed her when she told me that she told him that they would never be more than friends. Whether I was being gullible or not, the main issue now was with the double standard of her having a close guy friend when women aren't even allowed to look at me without a topic of argument later. So I did what I've done the entire relationship. I compromised my feelings. Yep, you're a little baby. You're a child. You're a tiny child who's afraid of conflict, and so you just suck. You just suck so bad. Like, I hate people that do this. I'm sorry. You're doing it to yourself. I compromised my feelings and moved on, with the understanding that I would no longer be tolerating any accusations about me being unfaithful. Okay, that's cool. At that point, we were talking about the argument instead of actually arguing, and we got to the topic of Jess again, my secret relationship, my love for her. I told her that I wasn't going to put up with it anymore. Subject then got changed to a girl I currently work with, Tiff. Tiff has been the subject of many fights between my girlfriend and I. I'm obviously in love with her because I tell my girlfriend that I can't stand her. Reassure her again and tell her that's the dumbest thing I've heard in my entire life. I'm then told that I'm being dismissive of her feelings. I said, I told you that I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. If you can't drop it, then I don't want to talk to you anymore tonight. And I hung up with her. The next day I'm off work, text her after she was still in a mood. She says no. And starts texting me huge paragraphs saying, it's okay if you do like Tiff. If you can just be honest with me, we can work past it together. Bro, why are you putting up with this? Oh, because you're a fucking loser. You're a giant loser and you compromise your feelings and you move on, and that's your fucking... Oh my god, I hate this. Hate this. I'm actually angry. It's okay if you do like Tiff. You can just be honest with me. Fuck you. At this point, I'm starting to get frustrated. I get upset. It's literally begging her to drop it. Finally just said, this is the last time I'm going to tell you I do not have feelings for Tiff. Please stop. I don't want to talk to you if this is all we're going to talk about. There's the audacity to say, I think you do. I just don't think you know you do. You're too young to know how you feel, and you probably just don't realize how you really feel. Yeah, dude. Imagine how much your mental health will improve once you dump her. Yeah. Fucking leave, dude. Oh, she showed up at my home and threatened to kill herself if I left her. Yeah, you're an idiot, bro. You're a fucking idiot. You're a loser and an idiot. The best decision you've made in the last 3 years was at least starting to break up with her. Fuck her, dude. Fuck this woman. She knows that I have attempted before. She knows that I lost my best friend ever to suicide, and And I told her if she ever threatened me with that again, I'd have her committed. Fucking do it. Fucking do it. Starts freaking out, calling me 10 times while I'm at work, blowing up my phone, saying that she's in physical pain because I broke up with her. She can't breathe, her chest hurts. She's fucking insane, dude. You're a loser. You're a loser. Loser. Fucking dump her. Dump her and move on. Block her number. Block her number right now. Block her number. Just block her number. I normally am not the kind of person to tell people to block. In fact, I'm actually the last person to block because I get a lot of entertainment value out of this kind of stuff. But if somebody is actually just going unhinged on you and they're saying things like, I'm gonna fucking do it, I'm gonna end it all, or whatever, block them. It's over. There's no reason for you to subject yourself to that mental fucking load. Just block them and be like, hey, you know what? It's your life. Do whatever you want with it. It's your life. It's not my, you know what? If you're going to do that over this, then hey, that's your choice. Peace. That's your choice. And then wipe your hands, block them, and move on. I know it sounds fucking, I don't know, it sounds tough, but they are making that decision for you. And you cannot hold that. You're not personally responsible for them making that decision. Nobody is responsible for like what another person does to themselves. Ultimately, I mean, I'm sure you could maybe craft some kind of hypothetical where I'd be like, okay, come on, you know. But yeah, I think yeah. Jeez. Oh, I'm hating this more and more. She's saying she hit me in the chest, started to stick to my gun, say, that's really how you're feeling, I can call an ambulance for you. I keep telling her that I'm breaking up with her. I don't hear from her again for a few hours. She calls me on my way home from work, asking why I haven't texted her or called her. She was so upset that she fell and hurt herself. Ooh. I just kept telling her, I can call an ambulance for you if you'd like. Eventually I say she's only embarrassing herself by making these threats. And if she doesn't stop, I'll call the police and have them commit her. Then starts telling me how I don't care about her. I don't love her. That's the whole 9 yards. Just saying, I love you so much and this breaks my heart, but my mental health is suffering because of the way you treat me. Just tells me that I can't break up with her. I don't have a good reason to. Bro, you're a fucking loser, dude. You're probably wondering why I haven't blocked her at this point. And it's because I was genuinely terrified that she would show up to my... Dude, she could still do that without you blocking her. All of this. Bro, she's crazy. She's crazy. She's lost her mind. You need to run. Why are you still with... Why are you putting up with this? You're a loser. Oh my god, she keeps asking me how long I'm going to be mad with her and being in denial about the fact that we've broken up. The next morning, I woke up really early to take my roommate to work. I changed my relationship status on Facebook to single and changed my profile picture. On my way home, she calls me again. Where are you? Why aren't you home? I freaked out, screaming at her on the phone. You better not be inside my house. Leave my house, you lunatic. I even threatened to call the police on her and get a restraining order. She calls my bluff. I pulled into a parking lot where I can see her car in front of my house. She was never in my house, just in the parking lot. Text her to leave and keep telling her I'll call the cops. She stops answering. I didn't want to call the cops, mainly because I've often seen them weaponized by the women in my life, which is another reason I didn't want to confront her. So I called her dad. I told him the situation. It turns out he followed her to my house. They lived together to get her to leave. I later find out that Jeff did call her the day we broke up. He was happy that her relationship with me was over. She cursed him out and blocked his number. Now I'm not sure this is real. I keep telling her that the fact that it even came to this just proves that she doesn't respect me. How much longer is this? Jesus. I can only take so much more rage. I should get a fucking heart rate monitor for this crap. This guy's pissing me off. This guy's pissing me off. I have refrained from calling him the worst words that I've wanted to, and it's taking everything inside of me. The next few weeks have been her calling and texting me to work things out. Multiple paragraph apologies, promises of change. Her family started out as an understanding and supportive of me, but as of lately have just been randomly calling me behind her back to ask how long is this going to go on, because she's so incredibly depressed. I don't give a shit. Block all of them. Block them all. Despite the fact that I've made it clear that as of right now I have no intention of taking her back, after one phone call from her stepdad where he started to raise his voice, I just hung up and blocked her whole family. Hey! Holy shit, this guy might have one testicle. This guy might actually still have a shriveled up raisin of a testicle that he's working with. Holy shit, he actually did So far, he's broken up with a woman and continued to talk to her and her family. But now he's not only just broken up with her, but now he's blocked her whole family. I just keep telling her the same thing. I have no intention of getting back together with you. Why? No! Stop! Holy shit! No! I just keep telling her the same thing. I have no intention of getting back together with you. Maybe in the future, after you work on yourself, we can talk about it? You're as bad as she is. You're a fucking loser, dude. You're as bad as she is. You're actually crazy. You're actually crazy. You're insane, dude. You're a crazy loser. I haven't blocked her because I do care about her. I want her in my life. Why? Why? Do you have so little other shit going on in your life that this is actually somebody worth keeping around? The only reason for that to be the case is if you're a huge loser. And I actually think that you're worth more than that. You should be. You should be worth more than that to yourself. You think that you're a loser, and you need to work on that. Oh my god, I'm actually losing it. This paragraph, I literally don't care anymore. Oh, she already met with a therapist. That's cool. I bet that's gonna fix everything. Holy shit. I told her that if she can't handle just being my friend, that I'll have to stop talking to her altogether. Why are you still friends? Why are you putting up with this? Oh my god. She is taking accountability and has already met with a therapist. I'm so glad that's gonna fix everything, dude. We've been broken up for about a month and a half. I do feel a lot better mentally. I still talk to her every single day, and we chat on the phone. Oh my god. I don't have to justify anything to anybody. I feel alone and a bit depressed at times. I feel stupid for letting someone emotionally bully me into getting rid of all my close friends. Dude, you were fucking... Oh my god, you were abused. Dude. He is broken. He's a broken man. Yeah, why? Why was he leading her? He's a broken... I think I've given my... I've spewed some anger on this last one, chat. I apologize. This kind of stuff drives me absolutely bonkers when I watch people just like, well, you know, she hit me again, but I just buried it deep down and went, you know, put on the smile for everyone else. And it's like, you're the worst. Like, I'm sorry. And like, for people who are in that situation, like, maybe that feels horrible to hear, but like, you need to like recognize your own worth and get out of that. And the reason why it's so bad is because you've like turned yourself into a punching bag. You are mentally a punching bag. You look at yourself in the mirror and you see a punching bag. And that's the worst. You're the worst person to yourself. You are doing this to yourself. Until you can look at that and at least try to escape the situation, or look at it and realize what's going on is bad and that you deserve better, until you can until you can look in the mirror and not see a punching bag, you're going to keep putting yourself in this situation and being this person who puts up with all of this and goes, you know what? I know you yelled at me and threatened suicide multiple times and came to my house and fucking all the other horrible shit that you've done, the lies, the talking to men behind my back, you've cheated on a bunch of other relationships and you've had no remorse, all of that other stuff. If you just go to a therapist and talk to them for a little bit, you know, and we can work on things and maybe we'll get back together. Like, that's loser behavior, dude. That's insane loser behavior. Like, you're better than that. You deserve a better person than that. And this whole, because I love her, I'm in love with this woman. You need to not be, for your own sake. That's not good. You need to find better love then. Because there is better love. That's not love. That's Stockholm Syndrome. I hope you see the importance reaching out has had. Yeah, had in the sequence of events. Yes, him writing that post got him the help that he needed. Yeah. Thank you. I just keep telling you the same thing. I have no intention to, maybe in the future. Bro, why would anyone say that? Yeah, you are caught in a trauma bond, and it turned you into a loser, and now you need to escape. You need to escape loserdom and be a better person to yourself, for yourself. I mean, that's possible. True. I love that she ended that lot. She basically said, like, well, what are you gonna do? Break up with me? Or like, you might as, she basically said, you might as well break up with me because I know you love this other girl more anyway. And he was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm done. And she was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm actually dead already. I'm in the process of dying. It's so fucking weak. Ugh. Okay. Left mix 9688. You are tonight's loser, but you're getting better. And if you can keep pushing, if you can actually block her on everything and then move, change your name and start over somewhere else, that would be a really good way to not have to worry about this anymore. So that's me. Oh God, nope. Manners disagreement, huh? Well, let's see, it's 7:30. I've got an hour and a half to go. We still haven't done Tinder or best of, so let's do this and then we'll move on. Is this really just a manners disagreement? My 35 female husband, my 35 female husband, 38 male, and I just can't see eye to eye. We were fairly recently married earlier this year. We had a nasty fight over the weekend, ending our camping trip early. I guess I'm asking for perspective or validation on it from outsiders. Kind of venting too. My best friend lives in another state, and I don't see her often. My husband hasn't spent much time with her, only on 2 occasions over the course of a day or 2. Sorry, I'm also popping over to my Gmail. Delivered! Hold on 1 second, everybody. I'm gonna get the box. My chair has arrived. Nice. Folk Sun office chair. Let's see where it was made. Is it on the box? Made in China. That's how you know. It's really good. Let's see. Knife. Wonder how fast I can put this together. I do kind of want to switch chairs as fast as possible. Let's see how... I heard someone say it took them 20 minutes to put this chair together, and I actually can't believe that. As a professional IKEA putter togetherer. That's a lot of bolts. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, it comes with white gloves that I can wear while I assemble it, I guess? Why would I want these white cloth gloves? Interesting. Okay. Sorry, everybody. I'm just moving stuff around. Looking at the whole thing. I think I am gonna postpone putting this together because I don't see myself being able to put it together in an amount of time that would be conducive to also streaming. I do like the it's the construction kind of. It feels sturdy, sort of. All that big piece of cardboard. Just kind of getting a good look at all the different stuff. Oh, the casters, of course. Ooh. Yeah, the assembly for the bottom. And some weird pole-looking things. Okay, well, that'll be fun to put together later. Let's take a big Parmesan bite for posterity. Okay. My husband hasn't spent much time with her, only on 2 occasions over the course of a day or two, so they don't know one another well. She has little kids. When I was visiting her recently, she was sitting next to me and overheard him call her a nickname on the call that she didn't like. She asked me to speak to him about it to let her know that she didn't like the nickname. I did that the same night before ending the call, letting him know that she doesn't like it at all. It's a nickname that he and I had been using just between us, but since I see her rarely, it just hadn't come up yet. It's cute, nothing derogatory. I mostly think she just doesn't like nicknames or things that are too cutesy. Came up again this past Friday. I spent all day getting our car packed for a camping weekend, literally all the gear, food, snacks, etc. So I had a long day, and maybe I was cranky. I was off work all week and volunteered to pack everything. On the drive out to the site, he uses the nickname, and I bring up again that she didn't like it, and she asked me to let him know. We get into a discussion about it for about 30 minutes, during which he says things such as, "I'm going to try it out around her anyway, just once, see how it goes. I want to hear from her why she doesn't like it." He says he is curious about why she doesn't like it and wants to broach it with her for that reason. So he's like, it's not good enough that somebody else told me that she wouldn't like it and doesn't want to hear it. I need to hear it from her, and I need to be given the opportunity to argue with her about it. When in reality, it's like, this isn't really an opportunity for you to argue moment. This is she doesn't want you to call her that, so you just don't. I start feeling myself get pretty angry that he can't respect this simple request, and the idea of him being respectful to her makes me feel incredibly upset. Disrespectful to her makes me feel incredibly upset. Said my request wasn't clear, so we definitely disagree on that. I'm quiet for the next 30 minutes in the car and don't really want to talk to him. I'm just kind of sitting, stewing. After some time, he mentions that he can tell I'm upset, and we get back into it. I start by letting him know I'm really upset about the conversation earlier. We argue for another about hour and 15 minutes until we reach our site. I tell him a lot of things during it that it would be inconsiderate and she would find it rude, and if he asked her why she doesn't like it. It would be rude if... Damn, I can't read it all. He gives an example where he calls her the name and asks her why she doesn't like it. Hey, nickname, why don't you like nickname? He then says if she's so fragile, she can't have a humorous... is she so fragile that I can't have a humorous conversation with her? Because he finds that a humorous way to talk to her about it. I found that question insulting. Although he thinks fragility is okay, it reads as an insult to me. Yeah, the way he's saying that. Is she so fragile that she can't have a conversation? Like, negative trait? And then he's later like, but you can be fragile, that's fine. I told him in the moment that it stung to hear him suggest that. I remember how strong I think she is, given what she's been through. During this whole argument, I was steaming mad. I kept reminding him that she asked to not be called that. It would be rude to bring it up with her. I don't know if there's some awful memory attached to it. She was heavily bullied in school. It's caused a lot of sexual trauma from multiple people. Maybe they called her that. I even mentioned that, and he again calls her fragile, or says she's welcome to just tell him if she doesn't want to share why. Tell him that she doesn't want to share why. Wow. The next day, he asks that I apologize for the 30 minutes in the car that I was quiet instead of doing any addressing of how he behaved during the argument. How upsetting it was for me to hear him say repeatedly that he was going to still call her the name and wanted to talk to her about it. He says that him calling her the name during a statement to ask her about why she doesn't like it is different than calling her the name. Hey, bitch, why don't you like being called bitch? Do you think that's really that different, dude? Hey, bitch, why don't you like being called bitch? Why would you'd never say that. Especially if that was part of the same sentence. Unless it was like, hey, bitch, and they're like, don't call me bitch. And you're like, why don't you like being called bitch? That would be different than, hey, bitch, why don't you like being called bitch? You already know, so you're doing it anyway? Yikes. The next day, he asked for an apology. I can't believe that. To me, that's still using the name I told him not to. He did agree at the end of Friday to not use it, but I was so upset. I mean, yeah, dude, it took you 2+ hours of arguing with him before he finally is just like, fine, I won't do it. Jesus. I told him I didn't want to talk to him. I think it's fine that I was mad after I handled such a simple and clear request. We left our trip early. On the way home, he also called me a bunch of things, such as coward, that I love to lie. He said I've never once apologized to him. Definitely not true. He's admitted previously that he's happy with how some of my apologies have gone. Stubborn, ridiculous. He did agree that at the end of the hours of arguing about it, to not call her the name or bring it up with her, but I'm really upset with how he behaved during the argument and how he spoke to me on the drive home. We see a therapist on weekends every Sunday morning, and she said that my being quiet after the argument was the main issue over how he behaved. Wow. I'm genuinely failing to see it that way. I've since apologized for that time I was quiet when I was upset and let him know I should have told him I need space instead of stewing. He hasn't apologized for anything, for calling me a coward, said I am one, for telling me I love to lie, he says it's true, for not respecting the simple boundary, and he's angry at me and wants me to apologize for getting angry instead of just having a rational discussion. Oh, he sent me some nice tests. You have a lot of anger, even if I was ignoring you, even if I was pressing an issue. You don't need to respond with anger. I hope you find a way to start looking at yourself, looking at how you can respond with more love and curiosity and simple communication rather than anger. I will totally try to hear the ask better. I'm sorry for my part in not identifying the underlying ask sooner. It's understandable that it was unpleasant for you because being ignored repeatedly would bother anyone. In the future, I'll try to see the ask you're making, even if you don't think I've heard the specific ask. I'll do more, is this what you're asking for? I love you. I'm also sorry for any names I called you. We agreed that name calling isn't okay. But why does he do it, though? I'll continue to try to honor that agreement. Yeah, your therapist sucks and your husband sucks too. This is disgusting. Gross. The fuck is wrong with your husband and your therapist? Yeah, argued 2 hours. Oh, Sunday morning therapy session. Oh my god. Wait. Oh no, we're both agnostic atheist. Weird, because that's weird. Yeah, huh. Deny, argue, reverse victim and offender. Ah, yeah. It's not disrespectful to call her that. I'm going to argue with why it's okay for me to call her that. And then, actually, she's being extra fragile. She's weaponizing her fragility against me. I can't say anything. Yeah. Hey, bitch. I don't like being called bitch. Oh, well, hey, bitch, why don't you like being called bitch? Like, why would you put up with that? Why do people put up with these things? All right, that's enough relationship advice subreddit for the night, unless I see something really amazing. My girlfriend told me I'm really giving her a reason to cheat. Girlfriend didn't visit me after surgery and is upset that I didn't attend her party. I don't know about that. How do I go about my boyfriend? I don't know. My wife is too submissive. I cheated on my wife Then girlfriend 10 years ago, she wants a divorce. We have a newborn and a toddler. Wow. 10 years ago. That's crazy. He's the best thing that could happen to me. Yikes. Girl I was seeing made out with a guy in front of me. Yeah, these are easy. These are all easy, every one of them. Too easy. Come up with something difficult for me to fix. Let's go third date to wedding. Aww. Cool. Great job, you two. Met this divorced man on Tinder. Dude is 40 and has 3 kids with this woman. I think I'm going to stop dating for a while. I think she just wanted to live her teens and be single. How old was she when you got married? Well, this is going to be a major red flag, but she was 16 and I was 25. It's a very long story of how our relation came to be. Nothing illegal occurred or anything like that. Mississippi age of consent is 16. It's a really long story. Please don't hold it against me. It was a long time ago, and it's really too long to text out. Did you know believe it or not, everybody, you are allowed to lie. If this was true, I would never say it. Yeah, so my ex-wife, when we got married, she was 16 and I was 25. Run away. Run. Immediately. Disappear. Learn teleportation technology. Disappear. Go anywhere. Oh, there's always a faster dick. Come cuddle. You're the perfect size to be little spoon material. I am indeed. Where you at? That's not far from me. Just need 15 minutes and then I can head over. Haha. Maybe not tonight. Wow. Damn, bro. Got swooped. Damn. It's easy in her imagination, but as soon as it gets real or unsure and not horny anymore. What if this happens? What if this happens? What if instead of a hot lady Ubering over to my house, it's a group of dudes in a fucking cargo van that are and I've told them that I'm alone at home and they're about to break into my house, tie me up, and steal everything in my house and then kill me. Yeah. Yeah, not tonight. 10 p.m. You're gonna show up at 10. What? Is this a 10 to... This is what, a 10 to midnight fling. So you're coming over at 10. We're banging one out as soon as possible. So you're probably getting here at what, 10:30? Banging one out as fast as possible. So you're probably done at 11. Or like done and ready to go at like 11 again. So you're really gonna drive 30 minutes here and back to be here for 20, maybe 30 minutes at the most. Because you're probably not spending the night on a booty call like this. This is how y'all get chopped up. Come on. It doesn't seem like well, maybe he was a stranger. Oh, this is a new match, and this is on Tinder. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, had his Instagram linked and I found his wife. Is your friend in the back single? No. Fuck. I guess I'll have to settle for the 11 with the perfect body. Are you open to receiving over-the-top gifts way too soon and getting love bombed? Interesting line. Is your friend in the back single? You must have a pretty good profile to be getting a response off of that. Because that's a pretty good line, dude. How fucking stupid. Yeah. Totally. Get the gifts. Gotta get the gifts before you turn them in to the police. Unfollow every girl for me. Dead serious. Ma'am, you have deep-seated trust issues that need to be resolved and healed before getting into a relationship. Go see a therapist or find someone you trust to talk about your insecurities. Best of luck and Godspeed. You know what's funny? That's not what these dating apps are for. They're not for your snarky comment. Like, I hope you guys realize when you're dropping a like on somebody, you're saying, I like you. And I not only would like to have a conversation with you, but I'd like to possibly even date you. This comment says the opposite of that. And what she's going to do is report your comment. And the moderators are going to read this and say, go see a therapist. And they're going to ban your account, which is tied to your phone number. And you will never be able to speak on one of these apps again. If this actually bothers you, what you need to do is swipe left and go to the next person, or skip them, or whatever it is. But writing them like a snarky paragraph, this is gonna get you. This gets you banned. This doesn't change their mind. They're gonna read this and go "fuck you," and then they're gonna report you, and you're gonna get banned. Because ultimately, and your ban is gonna be justified because this isn't what the app is for. They don't want this on their app. You being snarky to people isn't what they made the app for. Dude, best case scenario, she'll think you're being an asshole and not take the advice. Worst case scenario, she reports you and you get banned. But nobody is going to read a message like that and be like, oh yeah, you're right actually. Yeah. Sir, you get 8 likes a day, and you blew one of your likes writing a snarky paragraph. Ugh. Being trans on the internet. So you were a male at birth? Yeah. If I drove to you, you'd let me bust in your butt? Wow. Hey, handsome. Wow, how did you know my grandma's nickname for me? We talk all the time. She loves me. I didn't realize you were a medium. Oof. I don't get it. Ghosted for ghosting? Yikes, though. Talking to my dead grandma. Was a good joke. She might be embarrassed or not know what to say in response. Oh, that's true. My mind also kind of went there at first. I didn't realize you were a medium. Like a medium, not a large or a small. Or like not a super hot or a, you're medium. I don't know. That'd be dumb, but also possible. Sometimes you have to ask the important questions. So I'm gonna level with you. I've been trying to figure out if you're a meth addict. I'm not. I have used it though. I was 60 days clean of everything until a few days ago. Why would you volunteer the second part? In fact, why would you... Thought I'd try that pickup line. Honestly, Claire, I can't decide if I want to respect the fuck out of you or fuck the respect out of you. Don't be making progress so you can't keep now. What I promise now, to fuck the respect out of me. I'm a man of my word. I'd need to experience it firsthand. Better sort something out then. Tonight? Are you free tomorrow? I haven't got anything planned. I'm fucking horny though. Damn. Interesting. Oh no. But yeah, interesting. Well done, sir. I hope you actually converted that into something. Sorry, can't meet for a hookup. Too busy replying to Reddit comments on the screenshot I took of our convo. Energy is using the line successfully and then freezing when the girl returns that energy. True. Yeah. I want to fuck the respect out of you. Don't be making promises you can't keep now. What? Huh? What did I say? What did I even say? I blacked out. I smoked some kind of drugs and I blacked out and I just started typing. That was my first message to you. I don't remember it. That's hella funny. Chatting to a guy when his profile suddenly updated. It went from bragging about cooking, a win, to this. Tristan Tate says, dating standards for men, 6-pack, 6 feet, 6 inches, 6 figures, bad boy, but good for her. Hard worker, but always available. Strong, yet sensitive. Hard, yet soft. A ladies' man, no kids, but wants a single mother. Standards for women, take me as I am. Ooh, he likes Harry Potter. No, I'm kidding. And investing. I really like investing. Maybe you decided you're the one. So you thought he'd torch his account. Aww. Ask him about it. Honestly curious what he might say in a way. True. True. Odd that he has such high standards for the men he dates versus going for really any woman. Bye, IRL. Think I've got a shot? My most irrational fear. Stupid, illiterate people. You're so right. Well, you need to have a comma. Stupid, comma, illiterate people. Stupid, illiterate people is, you've got 2 adjectives. Literally what? Hey, wow. I don't even know what you're doing. I don't know what your idea of short-term fun is, but I do have a race car simulator in my room. I was thinking sex, but now I'm curious about the race car simulator. We can do both. Can I grab your number? Well done. The confidence is admirable. I want someone who is gay. You wasn't born that way. Social media has poisoned your brain. I will turn you straight with my lady bits. You was sucking on tits from day one, not sucking a beep. Wow. Just pretend. Yeah, right? That would be kind of interesting. Boys, I have a plan. Yeah, she's gonna be like, I need pics of you, like, kissing a dude to prove that you're gay. And you're gonna be like, oh shit. And then you, like, kiss one of the homies, and she's like, lol, I knew you were straight all along. Damn. That's funny. How should I respond to this? Funny answers only. I'm really sorry to be that person, but it's the guy on the right who's really cute, and I'm interested in. Fancy hooking a girl up, or is he taken? He said he'd be interested in hooking up after his trial is over, depending on the verdict. Isn't it for me? Got a cuter friend you can hook a dude up with? Boom. Boom. Destroyed. I showed you his picture. He said no. Ma'am, that's my husband. That would be confused. You're right or my right? That's funny. Damn. Did I dodge a bullet? Or am I the asshole? And random question, do you speak Spanish? I don't speak Spanish. I like Circle House or Press and Grind or even Pura Vida. Oh, okay, my bad. I figured to ask because I do. And ooh, I've never been before. You'll have to take me sometime. I'll have to take you? Well, I meant like show me. I have my own car, no worries. I just don't like the mentality of a girl taking a guy anywhere initially. Ignore my friend who took my phone Wednesday. Yikes. Dude, the my friend took my phone after a lack of a response on your end is absolutely a gigantic red flag. Ha ha ha. Sometimes I just hand my phone to my friends and they just send texts on my behalf. Hee 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 ha ha ha. Who the fuck does that? Sometimes my friends they just grab my phone and like send weird texts to people I'm like matching up with online. Like I'm trying to like have a relationship with or date, you know? Isn't that funny? No. That's so cringe. That's so insanely cringe. Don't do that. Please. Ugh. My friend took my phone. Ah! My friend took my phone. Haha, mine did too, and that's when he swiped on you. Like shit. Is my friend a code for one of her personalities? Is this friend in the room with you right now? Or is it in your head? Because you're fucking crazy. What does it mean if -1 people swiped right on you? Nice! Oh wow, that's actually almost kind of sad that only one person, not even one person swiped right on you. Well, no, nobody would have had to have swiped right on you, and then they also would have had to have been banned or kicked in some way. So damn, -1's rough. Key to My Heart is an extended edition Lord of the Rings marathon, extra points for the Hobbit trilogy. It's like a 30-hour hangout. Exactly. Damn it, I wasn't trying to fall in love today. I'm a whisper sweet elvish nothings in your ear. Maybe the hottest thing a man's ever said to me. I'm a servant of the secret fire, wielder of the flame of Anor. The dark fire will not avail you, flame of Udin. Go back to the shadow. You shall eat ass. That's a bit much. Let me know when you're ready for me to have a fistful of your hair while I'm speaking Italian. Sir, this is a Wendy's. That's a bit much. This guy was upset when I rejected him and blocked me on Snapchat. So he sought out my Instagram to send me this, which I ignored at the time. A year later, he liked me on Hinge and I got to get my revenge. Fatty, didn't mean any of those compliments anyways. You're a waste of time and just wait, what the fuck? You're a waste of time and I just wanted to see how far things would go. I'd be embarrassed being seen with you in public too. Have fun, you goopy whale. If Walmart runs it out chips again, I'll know who ate them. That was sent to the wrong person, I'm sorry. Yikes, bro. I mean, was it really your revenge? Why? Why did you care long enough to then like fake match with him again? This is actually really sad. It's very petty. This is a level of petty that's like bordering on obsessed. You needed to chill. Hey, what's yip? None much. What are you looking for on this app? Why? Curious. No. What do you mean no? Don't ask me. Are you looking for a relationship, hookup, friend? No. Cool. A lot of people take the "what are you looking for" as one, you didn't read their profile, or two, you just want to hook up, but asking to just match what they say. Right. A lot of people's profiles don't actually match what they want. Some people don't even fucking update their profiles, and that can be really, really annoying. So it's like, I can't even trust what's on your profile. You just put a bunch of stuff on there, and then you got some matches, and you just kind of forgot about it. Like, so some people don't care about their profile at all. Some people don't even have a bio. Sometimes, when you're swiping, it doesn't even show you their bio. That said, you should still pop their bio open so you can, like, do some recon. Figure out if they're even somebody you want to talk to before you start. But, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm asking too much of people these days. Maybe I just have to think of how stupid the average person is and then realize that half of people are dumber than that. So, alright, we're gonna hit some best. Nah, that's a whole hour. I even, I feel like I didn't budget my time well. Own up. Which one of you hurt this girl? Men are only on the planet for reproductive purposes. Wait, this was 1 day ago. Men on here are broke and use all their money to look successful. Men bitch more than women. Facts. Men can't handle independent women. Men are shit and not needed. But she's straight? Why, okay. I feel violated. 40. Married. Looking for more with a breeding fetish. NYC every so often. Me super liking me means I'd put a baby inside of you in a heartbeat. Swipe right if you need a sperm donor. Okay. Yikes. Get generic photos in generic locations and ask me anything. I'm an open book bio. Why is this so hard? Hello, happy Saturday. Nice to meet you. How are you? Hey, your profile doesn't give me much to go on. What's something I should know about you that I can't tell from your photos? Sounds like you're not looking for a relationship here. You're more like a FBI investigating some incident, lol. By the way, you have a beautiful smile. Oh. What the fuck? Just another Tinder success story. Oh, congrats, you two. Wow, you guys must be British or something. I'll just let that. No, we're Australian, maybe? Not American. These people are not American. I just want to know where they're from. Where are you guys from? I want to know where you're from. Kelly breaks the news. Any other posts, or is this your only post? Maryland Hospital? Oh, you're vegan? That might... No, I'm kidding. British or vegan? No, I'm kidding. That'd be a really interesting segment. British or vegan. People would be so confused. Is this person British or are they vegan? Or both. Oh, have some both on there? Oh, okay. Dude ghosted after he started a debate and I politely schooled him. Did he start it? What is your idea of liberal-minded and feminism? Huge conversations. Yeah, but I can touch on it. I don't believe in assigned gender roles. I don't believe certain tasks, responsibilities, interests fall unexpected as something solely on gender. Not looking to stay-at-home wife, blah, blah, blah. No things should fall solely on me just because I'm a woman, that's fair. But if I have more time and flexibility to do so than my partner, of course I will take on more. When I'm with someone who views me as an equal and has a healthy view and less masculinity, I'm more comfortable in a traditional feminine role. Okay. Yeah, I can be a point of contention supporting me to see if we align. As far as gender roles, I don't think anyone should be pigeonholed or fixed into something they don't align with. But at the same time, I think men and women, generally speaking, have traits that make each other's sex better suited for different roles. It's not to say that we're not equal, we absolutely are, and each have strengths, something like that. It's not to say men and women don't experience strengths in these qualities, blah blah blah, evolutionary standpoint, blah blah blah. Does he say evolutionary standpoint more than once? No, just the one time. Okay. I don't believe anyone. Oh my god, why are you having this conversation? Women equal emotional, men equal logical fallacy. I think about it. Just about every woman I know has been told that at some point in their lives, and almost every man I know believes it. No shade. If it were the other way around, I would probably believe without question as well, as it would have often benefited me and made it easier to disregard men's needs and experiences. I've been told it by my own father, the very man who would throw tantrums if he tripped on shoes in the doorway and yell and throw things over minor inconveniences, blah blah blah. Ooh. I just want to acknowledge that the confirmation bias often comes into play when doing a web search, and Google is not a substitution for peer-reviewed articles. It's not possible to obtain skewed, manipulative outcomes with small controlled studies, which is why I made my search with non-biased keywords and chose a reputable site with legitimate sources from accredited universities. Oof. It is just freedom. Freedom from societal conditionings and expectations, and for all people to choose what is right and natural for them. So yeah. It's pretty chill. I mean, How long did you wait before you? Yeah, damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. Why for the love of God would a guy bring this up over chat? Because he's bored and lonely. Got literally nothing else going on a fucking Friday night other than to get into an argument with a woman on a fucking dating app. Loser. This is loser behavior. Sorry guys, women's standards have been raised. Minimum 9 to 12 inches now or you're not good enough. Hey. Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like, dude, I hope every man is taller than 9 inches. I'm taller than a Ken doll. It's looking for a handyman. I must have a big power drill with at least a 9 to 12 inch drill bit and fast charging battery, because each hole I need to drill is going to drain all the juice from your battery. You'll work for trade, not cash. I can feed you some melons and pound cake, and I'll clean and polish your tools. If you don't possess the proper tools, please swipe left and do not apply. If you're well equipped and ready to and willing to do some real hard work, please swipe right. Ah, there we go. Open relationship, open to exploring. Yeah, she's okay. Yeah, she's a nearly 50-year-old woman that's trying to have sex with men outside of her relationship. This is a fine bio for that. Hey, how was your day? My day was amazing. I had the best first date that I've had in a while. What the fuck? Oh my god. Bruh. Can someone... What's going... wow. Who in the right... Yeah. Oh my god, I just got the best dick ever. That would actually be a really funny response. I kind of wish... Yeah. Damn, that's so crazy to me. That somebody... Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Sorry, everybody. Clicked something that I shouldn't have. That's so crazy. That guy's crazy for this one. Chad, though. Like, absolute Chad. My day was amazing. I had the best first date that I've had in a while. Haha. Well, that's great. Yes, it is. Done. Conversation over. You also hit him up at midnight. Right before midnight. 6 minutes to midnight. And he... Unless the... No, it's over. So then he sent that message right when you matched, and then you waited and got back to him. Oh! No, you matched with him yesterday. And then it took you until almost the end of this day to then say, hey, how was your day? So then he did say, hey. I think he was trying to get a date going that night. It seems like he did get a date that night. But at the same time, like, damn, dude, why would you even say that? Oh, God. I don't even know you, but already I What the fuck? I worry you. I worry for you. Oh my... I'm just sitting here with my mouth agape. I can't even, I'm cringing really hard, everybody. Oh, I see. Yeah, she did. She has no idea what the this would be funnier. Good fucking save, dude. I was trunk texting. Thank you. How can we get rid of this elephant in the room? Yet again, I don't do puns. That's pretty good. You need to double down and post the conversation on Reddit. Thank you. It's the worst thing I have ever seen. I mean, I've seen worse, but this is like the worst while also trying. Like, I just feel bad. I just feel really bad for this conversation. This conversation. This is going very badly. Oh. Alright. Let's see. What should I reply with? Perfect. Also, just want to check. How are we paying for dinner? Splitting or something else? Well, we need more than just... What are you? Yep. I'm glad this is direct instead of having differing expectations. Just say what you actually prefer. If she's only in it for a meal, and you say you prefer to split, then it's time saved for you. If you want to pay, she doesn't like it when men pay for her. I mean, yeah. Very reasonable. I feel like, what was I gonna say? Sorry, big yawn, big stretch. I like, personally, I mean, maybe I'm that person. I like offering to pay if I'm the one doing the asking out, which I usually am. So if I'm doing the asking out, I'll usually do, hey, first one's on me, more or less, and just kind of be like, unless that's not something that's comfortable. I don't know, maybe I'm also somewhat old school, because I also do kind of I like not saying anything and then just taking the bill the first time. I think that it's kind of a power move, but I think it resonates well, and I think if you do it with confidence, it comes across well. You just don't leverage that. Absolutely don't leverage that. You start the relationship off on the good foot by... Like, okay, so like, hey, you want to go out? They're like, yeah, sure. Where do you want to go? You go like, oh, I'll go to this place. And then you show up and you might order drinks. And then I'll be like, yeah, I got your drink. What do you want? And then they'll get something. And then we sit and we drink for a little bit. And then, oh yeah, that's also my thing about doing dates that have multiple stops so that you can start and stop. So what you do is you go in, you say, hey, do you want to go get drinks at like 6:30? And they'll be like, sure, or whatever. And while you're there having drinks, be like, hey, I know a really cool place right next to here where we could also get food. And this might also work better if you have places that are super close like I do. But yeah, you're like, hey, we're getting drinks at this bar. Like right next to this bar is maybe like some cheap food or something that we can also stop in. They might also have drinks too. So then you stop in there and you go, hey, I got this. I got your drink here, and let's also, I got the food. Now you're cruising. And this also allows you to stagger the dates. So like one of the things that might suck is if your first date, you show up, you've decided on a restaurant. So you're at the restaurant, you're sat at the table already, you've got the menu, you're ordering food, you're ordering drinks, now you're in it for, especially if you're picking up the bill, you're in it for $40, $50, $60 perhaps. And this person might suck. This is a first date. This person might really suck. Maybe I don't know, maybe something's really wrong with them. Maybe they're crazy. Maybe you're figuring that out right at the beginning, you know? Okay, now you're kind of like in a shit situation. That's why I say, let's get drinks. And then, hey, maybe if things are going well, we can get food. I like that. And that allows it to be like, okay, we're getting drinks. Things are going well. And you hit a little consent. You hit a little consent thing. You say, hey, do you want to go get food and drinks at another place? And they go, internally, they're like, okay, how am I feeling about this? Do I like this guy? Do I think I want to spend any more time with him? Yeah, actually. And then they go, yeah, let's go to another place and get food and drinks. And you're like, okay, cool. You've now also said, I'm interested in you enough that I want to continue getting to know you at another place. She's now also told you that. You go to the next place. This also gives the opportunity to to go, hey, drinks were nice. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. I think I'm gonna turn in. And then she can go, okay, cool. And then ultimately, like, you are sort of letting her know, like, things aren't going well, but you didn't have to say that. So that's one stop, and then you go to the next stop, and it's like, hey, we're having food and drinks. Hey, like, this is if things are going really, really well. Then you go, hey, you want to come back to my place? And then you can roll that into, going back to your place. So yeah, you kind of do the steps. But it also gives you the opportunity to be in control of the next step. So you don't have to be like, make all these plans ahead of time and then stick to an itinerary or something. You just, I don't know. In a weird way, it's almost like being a dungeon master. That's the nerdiest shit ever. But you need to come up with like side quests and like other stuff. If the party goes down this path, what's the next things that you can do off of that? And you need to be able to tie it back together, or otherwise find like emergency exits and just kind of be like, hey, this isn't working out. How can I stop this and get back to safety? But yeah, I think that, yeah, this is good. Again, though, my personal thing, pay. The guy pays. Because you know what, man? And I hear the ladies a little on this one. A girl has to spend a fairly good amount of money, not a crazy amount of money, but like a good amount of money and time making themselves look good for a first date. Girls are putting definitely more effort into it than a guy on average. I would say not only on average, I would say 70, maybe closer to a high, very, very high majority. Not a crazy high majority. Majority. I would definitely get into the majority. Of women are putting a lot more effort into their appearance than men. And some of that effort can even translate into dollars spent. So hair, makeup, nails, eyelashes, all that kind of stuff can add up. The dress she's wearing, everything. And then a guy's like, yeah, I'm throwing on my nice shirt. I'm throwing on my nice shirt. I'm maybe doing a spritz or two of cologne. But yeah. So yeah, paying for dinner. That's fine. That's it. That's my thoughts. Okay, we're out of here. We're out of Tinder. We're doing best of Redditor updates. Oh my god. Not comforting my brother after his wife cheated on him again. Xfinity Mobile. My best friend did something horrible at a mutual family friend's wedding and blamed it on my younger sister. I'm considering cutting ties with her, but I'm having a hard time. Oh. Wow. Our rock-solid relationship imploded in a single night, and I'm completely blindsided. This sounds like fun. My partner is my rock. Literally, he tells me that all the time, including yesterday. We've been together for 5 years and have a truly wonderful relationship. Always talking, laughing, comfortable with one another, able to communicate healthily even when we disagree. After surviving abuse as a child, struggling with unhealthy romantic relationships in the past, the fact that we love each other in a respectful, secure, and profoundly healthy way is truly my biggest blessing, and I wake up every day so happy and grateful for him. He's an incredible man with so much drive, intelligence, kindness, and gifts to give the world. About a year and a half ago, it came up for the first time that we saw ourselves getting married one day. It was such a beautiful moment, and it rocked my world to have been vulnerable and said those words and have him say them too. Since then, it's been something incredible, happy, and that I get to hold in my heart and look forward to. The subject has come up sporadically since then, but I haven't wanted to push it too far since we are young, and it is very much of an eventually thing. Both of our parents are divorced, and his come from money. He's got a lot of strong advice growing up to not marry young and to protect his assets, to see it from a more financial view than I have ever thought of it. Nevertheless, the thought makes me happy, and we often daydream about the future we'll build together. The little house in New Hampshire we hope to buy, and the dogs and chickens we'll have. These are conversations he participates in and brings up on his own all the time. I want to be able to talk casually about the marriage aspect too. Go to bed with sleepy, can't wait to marry you, or I love my life. But for some reason recently, whenever the subject has come up, he's clamming up and made it feel really serious. This culminated maybe 2 months ago with a really weird conversation, which I sensed he might not have processed what marriage really means in the way that I had, and he wasn't ready to be talking about his life in that way, in the way that I was, or as much as he had let on. I told him I didn't want to put a gun to his head, and this is just something that makes me happy to think about and talk about, and I tell him everything. I said I love him for him, I'd wait as long as he needs, but that I didn't want to bring up the subject again until he was comfortable discussing it. I wanted to relieve the pressure on him, and I haven't mentioned it since. Well, yesterday we spent a really lovely day getting lunch and hiking with my family. They live far away, so we don't see them very often. My stepsister and her fiance were there as well, and of course there was a little bit of conversation about their upcoming wedding. My boyfriend was his usual friendly, easygoing self. I noticed he seemed quiet on the way home and later that evening, so I asked if he was worried about work, but he just said he was tired from a long day traveling. I made him a drink, kissed him on his forehead like I always do, and promised we could do whatever he wanted to relax that night. Just did what I normally do when I can tell he's stressed, try to show empathy and take care of him. But then, as I was making dinner, he comes over to me and drops this bomb. He came over to me crying and said spending time with an engaged couple and even barely talking about their wedding had sent him into a panic, and he didn't know if he could ever see himself getting married. I was completely blindsided. I tried to parse what he was saying, but it was like my brain was stuck. Evidently, he'd been locking himself in his office at work all week crying about this. I kept asking him why he would say he wanted to marry me if he didn't. He said he was lying, basically, that he wanted to give me what he knew I wanted to make me happy. I only just stare at him open-mouthed. I'm trying to pinpoint if he was saying to me, I don't think I'll be ready to get married for a long time, or I don't think I'll ever be ready to get married, and I really don't think he himself knows. I don't think he has put any kind of mature thought into marriage at all. It was like talking to a scared child. He kept saying stuff about not knowing where his career will lead, or if he'll have the money. He has a great job, an outstanding network, and is definitely not poor. Neither of us are. And I was just like, we're in a partnership. You wanted to be with me yesterday. You want to be with me today. Do you want to be with me tomorrow? Yes, he said. I said, well, that's all that matters. We have a life we love, and we'll take on the future together when it comes. I'm devastated. He left for his mother's house, and I don't know when he'll be home. I cannot take another sleeping pill or my heart will stop, but I can't sleep a wink. I literally spiked a 100-degree fever and spent all night sweating and freezing. I had no idea it was possible to be in so much pain it makes you physically sick. This person is the bedrock of my life. We've always had a rock-solid confidence so we could trust each other, be vulnerable around each other, and be our authentic selves. Without inhibition or fear of judgment, we share everything together. Well, I mean, he didn't share this with you, so I don't know about that. He even said that over and over as he sobbed and told me he loved me. TLDR, my boyfriend of 5 years held in his fears about marriage and commitment, and they all exploded out at once, and now our amazing, healthy relationship could completely sink. Just want to say thank you to every person who commented. I was in an absolute state while writing my original post, and truly thought 8 people would see it. I read every comment. Long story short is, he left me. I called him the next day asking if he would come home. He told me he needed a day to think, but he was talking like we were broken up. I asked him to at least tell me we're still together. He wouldn't. So yeah, he just torched it in pretty much an instant. I'd been leaning a lot on the kind words I received from folks who reassured me that one fight does not need to derail everything we've built over the last 5 years. I took the perspective that the questions of marriage was something that we'd need to focus on seriously, and hopefully through therapy to arrive at what both of us wanted. I have no idea he would just upend the table with no warning, without ever expressing his feelings. So many of the comments I received resolved around the question of is not marrying him a deal breaker for you? Would you be okay with simply a long-term relationship? I don't know. I would have to search my soul for that answer, but I didn't even get the chance. Needless to say, there are a million better ways to do this, while honoring his fears and feelings. I did see him one night. We've been texting. He said all of this awful stuff about he was just trying to tell me everything I wanted to hear and how I wouldn't like the person he really is underneath all of his people-pleasing. He's got a lot of this, don't talk about it, just run in his family, including his parents' relationship. My partner has always said he doesn't respect this kind of behavior and talked vehemently about how his values are different. Then he just did the same thing. Although when I wrote my original post, I wanted nothing more than to continue living our happy day-to-day life together. But given this entire nightmare, space is the only thing that can do anything for either of us at this point. He has no idea what he's feeling or how to talk about it in a healthy way. My dad had the simplest take, he had said it the best. He's immature. He needs to work on himself, and I hope he does. As for me, I'd be an idiot still wanting to marry him. So, we gotta break our lease, apartment hunting. Oof. Fucking sucks. He left, and a lot of people were right. I didn't have the relationship I thought I had. What was the first paragraph again? Oh. He's my rock and I am his. He tells me everything. Tells me that all the time. Haha, hee hee hee. And then at the end, it's like, we have nothing. He's been lying to me forever. Damn. Damn. That's a rough one. I feel like what she perceived as healthy communication was him actually catering to her and bottling up frustrations. When marriage talks made the situation a lot more serious, he realized couldn't live life like that. Okay, we're out of this one. Am I the asshole for charging my friend for an initially free wedding cake after she told me it doesn't count as a wedding gift? The asshole for asking my husband to cancel his bro's only trip to help me with our newborn after he promised he would. Putting a hidden camera in my office. Ooh. I think I need to break up with my boyfriend. Making my teens. Oh no. My teenage boy and girl, I'm going to force them to share a bedroom. You're mental. Oh, this was... I remember reading that. Oh, I should definitely read... Oh, this is a promoted. Dang it. I have addicted to the gym and it's ruining our marriage. Thank God, there's 5? Jesus. This one's too long, man. Too much. Get to the point. Or do something. Planning to ghost him after finding out he's cheating on me. Aw. Getting a midwife fired. What? Oh. Nice, she gave you a hall pass and now you want to turn it in and she's mad. And you have 2 kids. Very cool. There's a better... See top of this month. Maybe there's some better ones. I woke up to make dinner. Wait. My boyfriend woke me up at 2 a.m. to make him dinner. Did we check this one out? Wait. Oh, off my chest. That's one we don't usually check out. I feel like this was... top of the week. I think my husband fathered his best friend's children and now one of them is attracted to my daughter. Jesus Christ. I am glad I have cancer. Wow. I'm so tired of being called transphobic. Oh. My friends always left me out, so I didn't invite them to my wedding, and now they're mad. I think I've ruined my husband and our marriage. Really? What'd she say? Oh no. What'd she say? Oh no. Oh, I've been with my husband for a little more than 8 years, married for 6. We have 2 daughters. My husband and I went to a bar last week with some of my friends. We bumped into his ex, who used to be a friend of a friend. For background, they dated at a time when he was insanely busy. His ex left him after she gave him an ultimatum to spend more time with her or to break up, and he chose to break up. She later tried apologizing and asked him to get back together, but he refused. I met my husband at a party 2 months later, and things between us started there. His ex hates me. He believes they would still be together. She was making a scene at the bar, and we tried to avoid her until she said they would still be together if my husband had taken her seriously back then. I got frustrated and broke it down to her that during that time my husband had a maximum 10 to 15 hours of free time a week, and he would give her all of that time, and she didn't appreciate it. When I got to spend that time with him, we made the most out of it, and I supported him through that phase of his life, and now that he has a lot more time and family and friends, our relationship has blossomed into a beautiful marriage and 2 daughters. She got mad at that and said to watch out, and his father's qualities will show up one day, and walked away. In our 7 years together, my husband has never mentioned his father, apart from telling me that he died 2 years before we met, and he's extremely physically abusive. I drank a little more than I should have, and on the drive home, I couldn't stop thinking about what his ex said, his father, and why she knew about his father from a 6-month relationship, and I didn't. When I got home, I asked my husband about it, and he told me that we could talk about it the next day when the alcohol wore off. I woke up the next day still wondering about everything, and when he went to the gym, I took his journal and read part of it, and it was way worse than I could have ever thought. That evening, when we eventually had a conversation about what his ex said, I admitted that I looked in his diary for answers and read almost everything that he had written about his father, and I made sure to apologize as well as compliment him, tell him he's an infinitely better husband, father, and man than his father. He showed almost no reaction to what I said, and in the following couple days he grew distant and cold. He left early in the morning, came home late, and just in time to play with our daughters and read to them before they went to bed. On the second day I apologized again and asked him to please talk to me, and I tried to cuddle with him on the couch. I started a small argument, and he again responded minimally, and I yelled that he was acting just like how his father would have. What the fuck? Yikes. I immediately realized, interesting. People just keep throwing his father's shit in his face. It's been another 4 days, and he's keeping appearances in front of the girls, but we're barely talking. I've hurt him in a terrible way, and I can't imagine how he's feeling right now. Yeah, it's pretty sure. Why did you read his diary? What the fuck? Used her insecurity of his ex to force him to relive memories that he wanted buried, invaded his privacy. Then, upon reacting to the invasion of privacy, she weaponized the information against him and equated his silence to being physically abusive to a child. Well done. You're really, oof. Kinda crazy, man. Why can't people just respect the diary? Respect the diary. Oof. Wow. My best friend was forced to cut me off because her wife is attracted to me. Whoa. I'm a straight male, and my best friend in the past 5 years is a lesbian. We met at work, quickly realized we had nearly everything in common from upbringing, life experiences, hobbies, taste in music, movies, games. We've been inseparable. I've never pursued anything romantic with her. She's a gold star lesbian with zero attraction to men in general. I've been married since before we met. Initially, my wife was a little... Why? Why? No. That's not what weary means. Feeling or showing tiredness. Yes, it is sometimes confused with wary. Thank you, wary. What does wary mean? Feeling or showing caution about dangers or problems. Was your wife wary of you spending so much time with another woman? She was worried about the possible problems, or was she fatigued? Was she fatigued because you were spending so much time with another woman? This is like a fucking wary. I don't know where this came from, but I've been seeing it since I was a kid. Other people getting weary and wary mixed up. There's also leery. Yeah, there's leery. Leery, sorry. Feeling or showing lack of trust. So leery and wary mean the same thing. Wait. Leery is also less common spelling of leery. So everything means everything. Words mean nothing. I'm just kidding. You can spell it however you want, and it doesn't matter. And who cares? Because weary. Weary too. Why not just throw weary into there? There, and there, right? Who cares? Who cares what there you're using? We're all just reading these things out loud. Initially, my wife was a little wary of me spending so much time with another woman. But after getting to know her, she treats her exactly how I do, like the little sister I never had and my best friend. We even made her the godmother of our son after he was born. She was the first person who wasn't immediate family to hold him after he was born. I would never disrespect her or my family by trying anything with her. Last year, she got married after a fairly short dating period to a bisexual girl. My wife and I have tried to be friends with her, but she's always been awkward around me and has expressed her disapproval many times of my friend and I hanging out together, especially alone. Still, I was the best man in the wedding. Toward the end of the reception, my friend and I were dancing, and the wife jumps in to dance with me. No big deal until she yells, "Kiss me," grabs me, and pulls me in for a kiss right on the mouth. It wasn't a peck. It was exactly what you picture when the words wedding and kiss are used in the same sentence. I froze, didn't reciprocate, but I also didn't feel I could shove the bride on her ass in the middle of the wedding reception. At first I looked around and didn't see my wife. Thankfully, she had stepped outside and missed it. And then I locked eyes with my friends, not knowing what to expect. She just kind of awkwardly laughed and walked off. We haven't spoken about this since. Since then, things have been awkward. Her wife will be friendly towards me and invite us over, but then get really mad if she and I spend too much time together. We also used to play video games together online regularly. Her wife stopped allowing that. She can still play, just not with me. The only times we've hung out alone since, she's lied to her wife about being with me. Despite that, her wife has complimented me multiple times lately on my appearance. I've been consistently working out, watching my diet over the past few months. My friend even randomly told me that her wife wouldn't shut up about how great my arms looked while I was holding my son the last time they came over. Last month, the wife was out of town for work, but my friend genuinely needed help with something urgent, so I went over. She called her wife to inform her, and she went ballistic, calling me my friend's husband, saying I'm really her soulmate. She dropped the him or me ultimatum. Sadly, a friendship isn't more important than a marriage. When we spoke about it, she admitted her wife has a thing for me, and simply can't believe there's nothing going on. She finds both of us attractive, therefore we must find each other attractive. She can't control herself around me, therefore we can't control her around ourselves. Yeah, so she's just projecting all of that. Sucks that you lost a friendship. I mean, yeah, that's literally all you can do. Chances are, she's just slowly. This is the reverse situation of that. Actually, not reverse. That was the other woman who was like, "You can't have, women friends because you're gonna fuck them." It's projection. She's saying I have to cut you off from everybody because you're gonna fuck one of them. Also, I'm just gonna do all of that same shit just behind your back, and I'm never gonna say anything. Yeah, it's going to be. She can't control herself around a guy. Yeah, she already attacked you on the dance floor of her own wedding. Yikes. Yeah. That's a bummer. Forced my husband to marry me. Am I wrong for telling my friend her husband did things with my husband? Cancer. Oof. My sister moved out. My parents can't seem to understand why. I know everything, and I refuse to tell them. Let's go. I mean this all vague because A, privacy, and B, if my parents ever found the story, it wouldn't be good for anyone involved. Anyways, moving on to the actual issue. My older sister moved out last month. She's living with my grandparents now, so she's not in danger or... Okay, good. Not in danger or missing. When she left she gave my parents a vague explanation as to why, but basically summed it up to not being happy in our household. My parents have been confused as to why she left, unexpectedly quite hurt. They don't understand why she left, but they're well aware that there's more to the story. What they don't understand is she left because of my mother. My mother is egotistical, self-centered, and so much more. It's not the best description, but I don't feel like cursing my mother out on the internet, and I feel like narcissistic or anything more technical isn't accurate or is too extreme. Ever since I could remember, she was the one in charge. My parents weren't partners. It was a dictatorship. My dad worked long hours. Sometimes due to the nature of his job, he'd been gone for days. The house never got cleaned if he wasn't home. My older sister was often the one to cook while my dad was gone, and if she didn't, we'd get something cheap like McDonald's. My family wasn't financially well off growing up. We had enough to pay our bills and get the bare essentials. Bare essentials, it after that, it. But after that's it, toys, clothes, were anything free from Facebook Marketplace, etc. I'm not ungrateful. I knew we could have been worse off, but my mother had actually gotten a job during this time. We'd have been better off by a long shot. My mom's mood dictated the mood of the entire household. Fights between my parents were frequent, and threats of divorce or calling my father names were usually the main things said by her. Fights are less common now, but when they happen, it's usual. The same thing, name calling, threats of divorce, something gets thrown, and then someone storms off. My family is also 90% sure my mother is or has cheated on my father. When I shared an Apple ID with her, I could see that she had a Tinder downloaded at some point. People have seen my mother at bars, acting all touchy with some guy, and I've seen an unsaved number texting her, "I live you." I didn't read the texts, and I'm not sure if that's a typo or if I would have found more context within the conversation. The point is, my mom is a miserable person to be around. She can be great. I've been given a good life, and she's nowhere near as bad as what some other people have to deal with, but every time I'm around her, it's like walking on nails. Shelta doesn't listen to anything. For years, I've been trying to get professional help for my mental situation, which isn't too relevant, but to sum it up, I'm dealing with anxiety. This is why my sisters moved out. Her own mental health wasn't treated until she was old enough to make the appointment and tend them on her own. She was stuck basically raising me until I was independent, and she just couldn't stand being here. My father isn't a bad man, but he's a pushover, and I think with everything going on, he's choosing to stay ignorant. I hate seeing how my parents are struggling not knowing why she left, but if they were ever told why, my mother would immediately begin denying and victimizing herself, and my father would jump to her defense. I'm planning on leaving the second I'm able to, using college as an excuse to get far away. Again, I love my parents, but I cannot deal with this for the rest of my life. Damn. It is not your story to tell. That's fair. Yeah, let them hurt. Also fair. Bummer. That's a crazy one, man. Good on your sister for getting out of there. Also, really awesome on her for at least raising you until you could be independent, and you're not so like, yeah, they can like, your parents can keep fucking up and it's not gonna hurt you as badly, so that's nice. Dude, me too. I am jealous of people who are naturally skinny. I'm only slightly overweight, but I hate my body. I eat really healthy and I'm decently active. My sister and some friends eat so much junk food and fast food but somehow remain so skinny. I get they have good metabolisms, but it's not fucking fair. Interesting. I'm gonna continue with my confirmation bias and believe that it's purely a metabolism thing. I think my husband's gay. Well, tell me what video games he plays. No, I'm kidding. Got him. We had our first and last date, and it really fucking hurts. Yeah? Me, 37 meal. I'm a meal. She's a snack. First, we only texted. Very soon started to call each other almost every night. She said that she felt attraction after the very first lines of back and forth, and so did I, if cautiously. We soon exchanged pictures of each other and liked what we saw. Time naturally flew by, calling each other often late at night. She loved my voice, I love her. She was so transparent and honest. Our coined motto was casually, but not arbitrarily. I'm not sure if that translation really fits. If you happen to know German, what we said was unverbindlich, aber nicht beliebig. Beliebig? I don't know. Beliebig? So after many calls, we decided we should meet this week. I tried to brace for whatever outcome, and I also was expecting it to possibly be a little awkward for both sides at first. How could it not be? I half-jokingly acknowledged how uncommon it is to make a 2-hour-long drive to a strange man's house at night to meet him for the first time, but also expressed how flattering that amount of trust is. She sounded a little bit hurt when she said that I wasn't a stranger, but our conversation turned back to our usual joyous, intimate mood quickly. So after a 2-hour-long drive, she finally rang my doorbell last night. I opened up, we hugged. She settled into my couch. She seemed a little apprehensive, but that didn't worry me yet. After all, I was nervous too. We talked a little, had a little bit of wine, and after a while she said she didn't feel attraction, that she wanted it to feel like our phone calls. That bar was set unfairly high in my honest opinion, as we both agreed before meeting that the way we clicked with each other was just not normal, and that the way I talked to her was so familiar when she turned away from me. It also made her uncomfortable with that bit about her not being attracted to me, left me fumbling for words, but how could I be just chatty after hearing about that? I told her I felt pretty disappointed that the last thing I wanted to do was make her uncomfortable, and that it unfortunately just is what it is. She looked me in the eyes, and, with a slightly sad tone in her voice, she remarked, "You're a stranger," in a way as that had just occurred to her. Ouch. She pondered whether she should stay for the night. She was very tired and had a little bit of wine, so I offered my bed or the couch, but eventually she decided to make the drive home. We spent 3 hours together. There was no goodbye hug, but she asked me to text her later to make sure she got home safe. I did, and she did. I told her I would miss her warmth and her voice, and she said she would miss me a lot as well. And just as I'm about to finish, I get a text from her that if I felt like it, I should text her to talk about everything, and there is nothing I want more than to talk to her, to undo last night, to be as we were for a little longer. F, I will miss you so fucking much. I really use a hug. I asked, and boy oh boy did I receive. There were only 1 or 2 unhelpful among all of your responses. Thank you, everyone. Aww. But after more texts between me and her, I'm not too good. But neither is she. I am welcome to get back to her at any time, and I probably will after I've done a lot of soul searching and refocusing on myself. Time for Lord of the Rings Comfort Watch and maybe a drink or 10. Wow. Yeah, the whole... So this is something that kind of fucked him up. Let's see. This sucks sometimes. People get nervous, so they start making kind of weird jokes like this. So he was nervous. He was like, wow, this is actually happening. Holy crap. Oh, but I have to keep the conversation going, so let me just say something cute and quirky. Like, wouldn't it be crazy if you drove here to isn't it crazy that you're driving 2 hours to go to a stranger's house? And she's like, what the fuck? Like, why would you say that? You're right, actually. This is super weird. Also, I didn't think we were strangers, but you clearly think that of me. You think I'm a stranger because I haven't met you yet, which is fair. But, like, then she started thinking about it in that way. She had this, like, super romantic idea of you in her head. She was like, oh, this is gonna be so amazing. Like, you're the man from the romance novels. This is gonna be so hot and awesome. And then you're like, actually, I'm a stranger and you're driving 2 hours to come meet me for the first time, lol. And she's like, oh, illusion shattered. So, and then she had to fucking sit and think about that for 2 hours while she drove again to a stranger's house. And then, yeah, she was having a really hard time after that, and then it just went downhill from here. So really, it is possible you blew it, my man. You blew it. But hey, I hope things work out. Do video calls. True. But you guys shared pictures. I mean, unless it was like literally the most... I don't know. I had a relationship starting in a similar manner. Like calls and texts all the time. We got very close, felt attached and attached. When we first met, he felt like a stranger. I never said it out loud, but honestly, it was so overwhelmingly unfamiliar and familiar at the same time. I didn't feel attraction either, and looking back, it makes so much sense. We were strangers who knew a lot about each other and connected on a deeper level without any physical aspects of a relationship. I knew the sound of his laugh, but I never saw him smile before, for example. The first meeting was really, really weird and awkward and underwhelming. Oof. Yeah. Also, so even if you talk a lot, having your first meeting be at one or the other person's house, go to a fucking public place. Why are you driving 2 hours and like, I'm sorry, but in Germany, if you're driving 2 hours anywhere, you're practically in another country, right? I know Germany's not that small, but damn. This isn't like the States, you know? Crazy. think my husband is gay. I think he's gay. Why are you gay? You guys seen that? Hang on. Why are you gay? Hell yeah.
We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr? Sure. Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good morning.
Me. Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. You are a transgender.
What shows that I'm gay?
You are a transgender, yes, and you're a gay rights activist and an outspoken lesbian, homosexual. How can I describe you? Now we're looking at the
with very offensively, apparently. I think my husband is gay. He was yanking it. Uh-oh, he was yoinking he's jorking it. He got... Dude, he was in the skibbity, and he was jorking it in the skibbity room. He got kind of startled, and I was surprised because I expected him to be in the shower. He got kind of embarrassed and said, "Oh, I was just yanking it to this YouTube short. Lol, I thought I would see some hot chick, but instead I saw two handsome men." I jokingly said, "Oh, are you gay?" And he had no answer. And with frustration told me if I needed to use the restroom. Told me if I still needed to use the restroom. I do feel bad for destroying his... So is he gay? I know it exists. It is real. That's... can be true. Be a very funny question if he's like, I've never thought about that before. I have relationships with women, but I have sex with men. I gotta stop. Here, I think I know how to do this. Hold on. I'm going to open a new incognito tab. Nice. That's weird. So it's like, I can move my mouse and you're not seeing me. Aha. You can see the new tab. That could have been. What if I pull it off though? Aha! Now it's its own thing. So then I can go, I have relationships with women and sex with men. There we go.
These mushrooms make you feel...
And then I can do that.
Better.
Hell yeah.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Thanks. Then I got news for you. I have sex with women and I jerk off to men. Hey man. I masturbate to straight porn. I am not straight. Interesting. Interesting argument. Asia was here 13. Interesting argument. I'm a male. Prefer guys. But I've been in a hetero relationship for several years. I consider myself bi, with a preference for male anatomy. Interesting. Okay, please don't ever say crank out some knuckle babies. This is the worst thing I've read this week. I spit out blood, and I have blood. I have blood. Blood, pain, death. I'm dying. It's kind of rude to automatically assume he's gay. I mean, she wasn't like, he's jorking it to mans. He's definitely a homosexual man. She just thought like, damn, that's gay. Wait a minute, that's kind of gay. And then she was like, wait, are you gay? And he's like, oh, whoa, I don't know. What? No. Hey, whoa. Hey, whoa. I'm jorking over here. What it's worth, I'm a female. I watch gay porn. Two guys getting each other off so hot to me. Hell yeah. Well done. I am going to end my relationship with my husband. Cool. I am ruined. Oh, nope. Friend backed out of my bachelorette party and I saw her on Instagram at somebody's birthday. Yikes. Ooh, wait, let's do this one. I think this might be the last. I'm going to end my relationship with my husband. We've been almost married 2 years, together for 6, in our early 30s. I'm not happy, and he's been threatening to leave the relationship during almost every argument for the last 3 years. I shouldn't have married him. We're incompatible, and he has said it himself many times, but I was in denial. He's angry and selfish and mean, and has coerced me into a non-monogamy for the last 2 years, despite my clear as day struggles to learn the lifestyle. I know he's trying to do what's right by him, to make himself happy. I don't fault him for that, because that's what I'm doing too. Trying to make herself happy? Or to make him happy as well. He's not a bad person. I loved him dearly, at least at one point, but his temper is so easy to trigger. He's so focused on me learning how to do what he wants and calling me selfish that he doesn't see how hypocritical he is. If you upset him on accident, he'll hurt you back on purpose. He's not so this was a trait that I learned about myself when I was being petty. And it was, if you hurt me, I'll make you feel as bad as I feel. And the music stopped. I'm just being unhinged in silence. And I needed to realize at a certain point that just because I felt a way didn't mean that somebody else necessarily caused me to feel that way, and that it wasn't exactly fair for me to make them feel the way that I felt, because one, why am I the arbiter of how they get to choose what feelings they get to choose? Because that's not fair. I can't be like, I'm gonna make you feel as bad as I feel, so I'm gonna do this obscure thing to try and make you feel that way, even though I'm not exactly sure if you feel exactly the way that I feel now. And then if I don't think that I can necessarily make you feel as bad as I can, I will settle for making you feel worse. And then that's like, damn, holy shit, dude, that's so fucked. And like, once you realize that that's like, of course, while you're doing it, you're not sitting there thinking like, I'm gonna hurt you and I'm gonna make you feel really bad. But it was like, you just needed to, once you notice yourself doing it, it's so much easier to be like, hold on, that's gross. Why am I doing this? So yeah, don't be doing that. It's bad. It's bad, okay? What else we got? She's doing non-monogamy for him. Bummer. Calling her selfish. It's just time. Good. I had an 8-point letter typed out after work yesterday and told myself, if I come to him with this and he explodes or dismisses me, it's most definitely over. Not that I was committed to staying, but I felt I owed one more shot. I never even got to the part where I hand him the letter. He noticed my mood was off and confronted me about it. I'd been telling him we needed to talk all day, but told him we'd wait until my son went to bed. My son, not his. He said I was making him anxious and asked if I wanted to go on a drive, and he apologized for lashing out at me that morning. I accepted the apology but didn't change my demeanor, because we still needed to talk about the other issues, which escalated him to anger, and we argued. Ultimately, this morning, we told our family and friends that we were separating as of today. I'm sad, obviously, but also very calm right now. I'm sure it'll be a roller coaster of ups and downs, but in this moment, I just feel hopeful and at peace. It's the first day of the rest of your life, honey. Wow. Wow. But a nude AI generator website. Wait, what? I snooped through a boyfriend's phone one day. Found him on a nude AI generator website. I was so confused on what this was, and I'm scrolling, looking through it, and I see a picture of one of his coworkers uploaded. Yikes. Asked why he did that. He took his phone away, changed his passcode, and gaslit me, saying that it was just a picture of his coworker. Till this day, he can't admit what he did. You found out a month ago? How old are you? He's been making the effort to see me almost every day and buy me food, but I think I hate him. Yeah, that's creepy, bro. Yeah, it's gonna get a little crazy, dude. In a little while, you're not even gonna want to put your regular photos on the internet, because people are gonna be fucking using them to generate nudes, and it's gonna be weird. Ew. I don't know why I'm so attached. Thanks, honey. Thanks for fucking realizing that. Not a loser. Good job. My husband's friend needed a place to stay for a week, and he got drunk and urinated on me. Oh my god. I hate this already. My husband's friend needed a place to stay. When my husband came to me and asked me, I initially said no. This person also drinks quite a bit. My husband accepted my answer. But one day, this is the part that's gross, but one day the three of us ended up going out to eat. He brought it up, and then I felt really bad, so I allowed him to stay. So your husband knew that it wasn't cool. Your husband accepted your answer. And then on the day, you were all hanging out, and instead of backing you up and saying, oh yeah, we already talked about this, we can't have that, sorry, don't worry about it, man. The first few days were fine, but every single day he stayed, he ended up drinking more and more. I was annoyed, but I ignored it because he's gonna leave soon anyway. He was buying his own drinks. The other night, he went into the fridge and drank my wine and my husband's whiskey. My husband had only half of his one drink. His friend ended up going to bed first before my husband at 1:30 a.m. My husband came into bed with me and went to sleep. Later on, it was almost 3 in the morning. I woke up to my bedroom door open and he was just standing there over me. I sleep on the side of the bed closest to the door. Why? That's weird. Maybe this is me being old-fashioned again, but I'm sorry. I sleep like as the guy in the relationship, I sleep closer to the door. Because whoever's getting to you is going to have to come over me. That's going to, I don't know. That's kind of like paying for the food, or like opening doors for people. That's sort of one of those things you do. I was already weirded out by this. Might I add, I veil my head during the daytime. Oh. Wait, so she wears a fucking headscarf thing and he's in there? Wow. I was half asleep and I was like, what are you doing? When I said this, my husband woke up and he began to speak with him in his language until he left. He used the bathroom and went back to his bed. I'm not processing what's going on because I'm still waking up. I was about to turn over to go back to sleep until I realized my bed area was completely soaking wet. I showed my husband, I realized he urinated me. My husband was pissed. No, he brought his friend back in the room and started yelling at him, showing him what he did. His friend was not even processing what my husband was saying to him. The next morning, it was decided that we were going to buy a new mattress, and he was going to pay for it. The next day, my husband ripped him a new one, said he cannot drink in our house, and he cannot return home to our house and intoxicated either. I came home later in the day and stayed in my room the whole night. Cool. That's so disgusting, dude. Your husband allowed this whole situation to happen to you. Cool. He brought a broken drunk guy, a broken alcoholic into his house who then pissed on his wife's face. Cool. Yeah, I'm blown away that he didn't kick the guy's ass too. Damn. Oof. Called me his wife on call with all the guys. Oh my gosh. Friend's girlfriend is accusing me of having a baby with him, which is You know what? Let's end it with a nice one. They were begging him to play Jack in the Box or something. Jackbox Party Pack. Hell yeah. Really fun game. I should do it on stream sometime. Or something, and he said, I don't know, guys. I gotta check with the wife, but I really don't think that's the move right now. And hung up a minute after. I was just chilling on the bed because I got so exhausted when after working on the certificate I'm trying to get. I didn't ask him to get off or anything, but he called me his wife, and I couldn't stop smiling. I know he actually got off because he has an 8 a.m. class tomorrow. It was 9:30, and he wanted to watch Dexter before bed, but that was literally the first time he's ever called me that. Not to mention it was to like 6 guys. We talked about getting married. We know we do. He said stuff like, I'm marrying you, not your ability to have kids, afraid I'm infertile. And it's great. I love him. Is she a high school kid? I'm 21. I'm also on birth control. I just worry about infertility because I have ED. Severe ED. I always forget what this is. Growing up. ED. Eba Deba. No. A severe ED. Eating disorder. Wait. You're saying your eating disorder has made you infertile? No. No. I don't. No, you absolutely. Okay. Ah! That's so funny, dude. He blamed you. I mean, that's partly okay. But this was supposed to be a cute one, alright. Damn it. I always find something wrong with them. But yeah, thank you for joining me tonight for another Reddit relationship review. I would actually have much rather been playing that Voices of the Void game, but I do like to keep this up. This is also fun to me. And it keeps the what do you call it? Keeps the content a little different. So you guys aren't always just watching me fuck around in some video game. So if you like this, leave a follow, leave a like on my YouTubes, on the YouTubes, like Ronald Jenkins used to call it, the YouTubes. Check out my clips on YouTube. I'm up to like, a little over 500 views on some of them, which is pretty freaking cool. If I do say so. But yeah, I'm gonna go put this chair together, and then hopefully, oh my gosh, I'm shrimping so hard. I'm gonna put this chair together, and hopefully that'll help reduce my instances of shrimping. But yeah, thanks again for joining me. If you're checking this out on the VOD, leave a like. Don't forget, I'll be on again tomorrow for more Voices of the Void. I can't wait to get back into it. And yeah, thanks a ton for being here and all that. I hope everyone sleeps very well and have a wonderful Tuesday night. Peace.